Okay. Okay. There we are. Can we hear me? Can we see me? Are we good? Excellent. Excellent. There we go. Um, I'll have you know that I'm also here on YouTube. So I got YouTube over here. I got TikTok over here running at the same time. Forgive me about the quality on the YouTube. I'm using the older phone for the YouTube, but we're here on both at the same time. And you can't see, and it's gonna be hard to turn to show you. But I got the doggies with me. They're sleeping right now, like this one. I'm sorry, baby girl, out there. She's here. This is so mean what I just did. Just woke her up like that. I go back to sleep. And Zorro's on the other side, right here. So yeah, we're all set. We're all good. I'm doing it from the inside today. We had to leave the dog park today because it was super noisy. They're doing some construction over there. So today we're gonna do it in the inside. And how you guys doing? What's up? Hope you were doing good. Hope we're doing fine. All that good stuff. Like the live if you haven't yet. Go ahead, like the live, baby. It is I, your favorite scientist. You guys already know what the fuck I'm on, what the fuck I'm all about. And yeah, let's get this. Let's get to it. I knew it already till you come on live. Exactly. Jace, love your vids. Thank you. I'm happy you're able to extract value from them. What's going on, Henry? What's going on? Loud and clear, I'm good? Okay, good. Excellent. What am I doing on YouTube? Hey, just have to pop in real quick. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever think y'all can't do something, just do it. You'll be surprised at what you can do. Exactly. Chop Life is spitting facts today. On day 3 of the 4-day water fast. Exactly. And you'll be surprised when you get to day 4. When you're done with day 4, you'll be like, you know what? I actually can push a little further than just 4 days. You know, because you'll be surprised that you can. You'll be surprised that you're getting to day 5 and day 6 and day 7, and next thing you know, you're like on a 13 day, and you're like, wait a minute, when was the last time I ate again? Because you forget. You get so drunk with it, the whole thing. Money anxiety try to rile up its ugly head, but not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. Indeed, we're not going for all that anxiety-ridden bullshit. Not today. Jason, what's going on with your hair? I have no idea either, man. I'm just as confused as you guys are. I have no idea. My antennas are all over the place. It is what it is. Type shit indeed. Pay for a second animation. Why is a whole KD waiting a week before he spends his money? Exactly. Whenever you have the idea to spend, as long as it's something that's going to go towards, you adding to the flow, investing in yourself, then those investments should not, take a long time for you to decide on. How you doing, Rico? How you doing, man? The fact that your name is Rico is so funny, especially with what's going on right now in the American justice system and with rappers and stuff. It's very interesting. Let's see. I won't lie, you're missing your glasses. Where are my glasses? They're somewhere. I always have glasses around here. They're usually back there, but nah, I don't need them inside. You feel what I'm saying? Started reading fiction, and honestly, my productivity has increased. Fiction increase your productivity. How shocking. You know what I mean? Like how does is it wait, hold on. I'm tripping. Is it fiction increasing your productivity or is it non-fiction increasing your productivity? Like let's not confuse fiction for non-fiction. Fiction is, stuff that aren't based on reality. I've been listening to 50 Cent's book, The 50th Law. Very good book. It's a book of understanding how fear works, how you can use it as motivation and not allow it to paralyze you. Very good book. Amazing book. He co-wrote it with the author of The 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, the same guy that wrote the Concise Laws of Human Nature and The Art of Seduction. Right. And Mastery. I actually have a copy of that right here. Concise Laws of Mastery. So, yeah, shout out to Robert Greene, big fan. But I always say, as good as that book, The 50th Law is, the best work 50 Cent has ever put out by far is Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. That is by far his greatest piece of work, and that includes his music discography, that includes everything he's done with television and movies. The the book Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter is his most important work by far. Okay. Let's see. Rico is an alias. Oh, fair enough. Is it short for something, or is it just a different thing entirely than what you're actually called? Crazy that fear can be in the body as well. Yes, fear is something that it registers in your very biology, man, and something that you can actually also inherit. Fear for certain things or certain situations is something that you can inherit from your ancestors. It's very crazy, but it's very true. You know. Jace, what advice would you give to a friend who is extremely depressed? I fear the worst for him. I feel like I answered this question yesterday. If a friend tells me that he wants to like harm himself, I tell him go ahead and do it, right? Because like you gotta always remember people that are having suicidal thoughts, people that are I don't even know if I can say that word, but I just said it, so fuck it. People that are in that mindset is they're there because they're very selfish. They're literally in a me consciousness. They're thinking only about themselves, their suffering, and no one and nothing else. That's the truth. And so you have to do and say things that get them out of that state, because their self-loathing and their self-pity is not gonna help them in the long or short term. So you have to get them out of that. I have to see everything from the point of view of my suffering, my needs, my wants, and all that, and get them to start seeing things from other people's point of view. Not like a corny, oh, other people are suffering more than you type of thing. No, 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 not even that. I'm talking more like maybe you'll feel better if you stop trying to solve your problems so closely and start trying to solve other people's problems. Because ironically enough, you solve some of the most pressing needs for yourself when you solve other people's problems, or at least when you help them solve other people's problems. Right? No one is depressed for no reason. People try to act like depression and suicidal thoughts and those things like that are just these random chemical events that happen in your brain and have no rhyme or reason to them, and they just happen and you can't do anything about them. In reality, we live in a cause and effect world. If someone is so depressed to the point where they want to end it all, there's a reason for that. There's a fucking reason for that. There's different anxiety points that they have triggered, probably on accident, probably on purpose, that they have just chosen to like ignore. And leaving it so long that they ignore it for so long, they are now in that state where they feel helpless. So remind them that they're not helpless by getting them, like charging them to help others. Nothing will cure helplessness better or more or quicker than reminding yourself through your own action that you have the ability to help others, not just yourself. You feel me? So yeah, that's exactly how you do it. You feel me? All right, I gotta go to YouTube a little bit. Boo. Oh my bad. What did you boo? It feels like more people actually did that. Someone said something and then retracted the message, and then someone said boo, and then said, "Oh my bad." Why? Oh, was it the way I answered the question? You were like, "Oh, boo! You want them to jump off the building? Boo!" It's like, so what? I do. What about it? You'll be surprised how quickly people don't want to jump off anymore when you tell them to. That's kind of the point. Like they're so me conscious, they don't even want to jump off because they actually want to jump off. They want to jump off because they want attention from others. And even if they actually do want to jump off, what does that say about how selfish they are? Exactly. They want to jump off because they're so steeped in self pity. Like, oh, I feel so bad for myself. Oh, I'm such a victim. Oh, I have to do the right thing. I have to do the same thing and give myself an ending that I choose because it's the only way I can end my own suffering. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. So get them to look at themselves from outside of themselves. You feel me? Let's see. The Courage to Be Disliked is a great book for that issue. Yes, amazing book. Shout out to The Courage to Be Disliked. Uh, Take accountability for everything in your life. Exactly. You should. Absolutely. Let's see. If a girl blocks you during an argument, does the relationship have hope or someone should just leave? She's blocking you during the argument because one, she's losing, and two, she's trying to find a way to use it to control you. Like that feeling you have right now where you're like, oh, I don't know where the relationship stands because she blocked me during an argument. That's exactly why she did it. She's trying to get you to be so self-conscious and so scared to lose the relationship that you think her blocking you means something. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. In fact, I would call her bluff out and be like, "Oh, okay. Since you now think that you can block me during an argument on while we're having an argument through the phone, apparently, or whatever the case is, I'm gonna start acting like I'm single and do me and be out here with other girls." And then she'll come back and be like, "What the fuck? Why are you with other girls? Because I thought we broke up. You blocked me. What you want me to do? I thought I lost a girlfriend. I'm grieving here. Leave me alone. I have my own ways of mourning the relationship by sticking my face in other girls' titties." So never allow a woman's actions rattle you to that point. Okay, they're never that consequential. They should never be that consequential to you. I think it's just I'm doing more active activities, and that's making me more productive. When I was a kid, someone told me people who have more to do get more done. That's not a bad piece of advice, actually. Yeah, people that have more to do get more done, which is very true. You also kind of want to be careful about what exactly you are doing so that you're getting the stuff done that actually matters. I know a lot of people that are very busy doing the wrong thing, you know, and it's very easy to get caught up in that too, and trying so hard to be productive and be busy and having something to do. You end up doing stuff that just ultimately don't matter. So you want to balance those things out. But I suspect you're smart enough to know the difference. Um, let's see. Got a random piece of family lore. A friend of my parents betrayed them in their attempt to migrate to the U.S. when I was younger, which is why I was unable to. Cool. People who have less to do get less done. Therefore, give yourself more to do to an extent. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Um, Crazy. I didn't know that. Now you do. If you like anime, you like the book Red Rising, Twists and Turns. If they don't have an animation, I probably won't spend time. I don't read manga. I really don't. I don't do a lot of active reading like that, to be honest, unless it's nonfiction. The only thing I will sit down to read, like open a book, is nonfiction. Everything else I'd rather consume through video or audio. You feel me? So if they don't have an actual anime like animation, then nah, no thank you. Also, chilling with your own thoughts without distractions is low-key a powerful ability. It's a very, very simple ability to have. It's very easy to train, but it's one that a lot of people just don't have, unfortunately. A lot of people don't understand the value of sitting in the silence long enough to hear your own thoughts and to make sense of them, you know? But it's very easy to do. You do it all the time by accident when you're in the shower. But can you make through it? It get better only if you make it better, boys. But you can make it through. Is that what you mean? Yes. Yeah, it gets better if you make it through. Absolutely. Uh, yes, Jace. We doing ski. What's ski? Is that like a workout thing? You're skiing. Things every man should know before the age of 20. Uh, Make it to 20. 20 is such a low benchmark to shoot for. You're probably younger than 20, which is why you think it's a big thing, but I promise you there's no difference between 19 and 20. Hell, there's no real difference between 16 and 20. If whatever age you are under the age of 20, you're pretty much already 20. Just assume that. There's no thing you have to be or have to do. Don't even begin to put that kind of pressure on yourself. You're still in the process of learning, growing, maturing, and understanding yourself. You don't gotta learn shit. Now, 30 is a different, thing. And even that, you still have to understand these are all social constructs that we place a lot of importance on that don't really matter in the end. I'm 30 myself. I just turned 30 a couple months ago. And people ask me, like, what's the major difference? And what? No, it feels just like 29. It feels just like 27. I'm stronger, wiser, more experienced, and in a much better place than I was. But ultimately, if you don't put in the work in the past, then you won't enjoy it in the present, much less have anything for yourself in the future, right? So your 20s, your teens and 20s are when you start figuring out these things, and that's okay. You gotta understand what to prioritize with experience, and so go and have those experiences first, okay? Um, Even had a girl delete messages though. Like you were talking to a girl and she deleted messages. That's good. That means she's backtracking. That means she's trying to curate her image towards you. She's trying to make sure that she looks a certain way in your eyes, which is good. Which is very good. What's going on, Fish Army? How we doing, man? Was in Italy? Hell yeah. How's Rome doing? What's going on with Italia these days? You know. I'm going to film content today to try and grow, but have no idea what to say. What would you do? Uh, Film regardless. Talk about something. Pick up something in your house and just make a video about it. Talking about my dogs are shedding this time of year. Make a video about it. Talk about it, and then yeah, just practice doing that every single day. The idea is to get comfortable in front of the camera. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. So you have to get comfortable talking in front of the camera. You have to get comfortable being able to share your ideas, whatever they are, no matter how stupid the idea is. Just get comfortable doing that. That should be like, I would say, your first 10 videos. Should be able to do that trick for you. Really figure out how to be in front of the camera. Not how to be in front of the camera, but how to still be you in front of the camera. Because cameras change how people perceive themselves, right? So you want to get comfortable with that feeling. Got a Kindle, bro. Changed the game for reading for me. Can actually read at night comfortably. Yes, this is what I did too. I'm an audiobook guy, man. I'm a big audiobook guy. Smash the girl after 2 3 hours of knowing her on the beach. Hell yeah, as you should. Be careful with smashing on the beach though. Sand gets fucking everywhere, including between your ass cheeks. It's very annoying. Uh, Trying to be like that for real. Indeed, it's very doable. You know what I'm saying? It was unprotected, so pray for. Oh, unprotected. What is wrong with you boys? Don't I always tell you guys to wrap it up? Don't I always give you guys that very sane, very logical piece of advice? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sure we're being safe here. Uh, what's going on, Grateful? How you been, man? It's been a while. Where you been? I went in the house today. The dog park was super noisy. Super noisy. They had fun though. They're fucking knocked out. They're sleeping right now. It's actually. I was gonna turn the camera to show you guys. It's actually. Hold on. Let me see if I can do both cameras at the same time. Do you see these people? Do you see them? Can you see them? See how knocked out they are? Yeah, exactly. That's Willow, by the way. And yeah, they are knocked the fuck out. They had a lot of fun at the dog park today. So, you know, they're not complaining. But yeah, they were just doing a lot of construction there, and oh, look at my little girl stretching. It just got too noisy. I was trying to consider it, but no matter what part of the dog park I went to, I could still hear it in the background. It was unbearable. So I left, came back home. Was already bullying others today. Nah, there was no one else at the dog park. Again, it was just so noisy. The fact that we even stayed as long as we did is kind of interesting. But they have fun with each other. They like to bully each other, if anything. Oh, let's see. We gotta come here. Yo, Jace, I've used your principle of not sending a text unless there's a negative or positive consequence recklessly as an experiment. She crashed out, calling me arrogant, wicked, because I mostly. You mostly what? I don't see the rest of that message. Oh, I do. My bad. Used the negative consequence as a tool to make her respond. Oh, okay, I see. I use a negative tease at almost every text, but I reassured her that I was not bad and I have a call scheduled with her now. See, I love it when you guys tell me stories about using the stuff, even like the throwaway stuff like that, and seeing tangible results. I fucking love that when you guys do that. That's wonderful. Well done. Well done. That's exactly. And now for the rest of your life, you've changed because now you've seen behind that curtain. You can't really undo it. Like you'll never go back to just texting a bitch hi, or hey, or how was your day. It'll never happen again. For the rest of your life, before you send each text, you'll be like, okay, what negative or positive consequence can I represent for her to want to respond to my text? And that skill, by the way, that not only will that help with like just oh my bad, I kicked you guys on TikTok here, my bad. Not only will that help with like getting women in general, not only will that help with creating a lot of attraction, it'll also help with just creating attention in any other realm of endeavor. So that's your social media, content creation, business, marketing, sales, anything, any other skill in this world that you where you have to go talk to other people and get their attention. You now have that skill for the rest of your life because you'll see it work so well with women. You'll be like, okay, cool. How do I create hooks for every other person that I come in contact with? And then you can start going from there. But yeah, that's the principle, man. So congratulations, you got a call scheduled. She's clearly very emotionally invested. She's calling you all these names, and she still wants to talk to you. So the curiosity is up, the attraction is up. There's probably that part of her on the feminine level that wants to humble the masculine, which again you can always use to your advantage because that'll be the pull you'll have, the pull you'll need to want to, see her in person, make things happen, all that good stuff. So, congratulations. You see, how this thing actually works, step by step. Well done. Now the unprotected risk part is fun in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie to this, but please wrap it up. I have to give you guys the sane, logical advice. Please wrap it up. Don't be out here going crazy. I want to do law, but just for the money. Uh, the brown dog is yours still. Yes. The fuck. Why do you want to do law for the money? Law is actually a very fun thing to learn if you understand the foundations of law. If you understand like where law comes from, why we even abide by them, the different kinds of laws, different parameters where laws exist and don't, and jurisdictions and stuff like law is a very fun thing to understand because it shows you like the backbone, the skeletal structure of the social construct, right? So if you want to learn law just for the money, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion. There's a lot more to law than just how much money you can make, how much you can monetize out of it. In my opinion, at least you don't have to take my word for it. As for the brown dog, yes, I told you guys on the day I found her. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep her. Fuck it. Told you. I'm a keeper, and I did. Isn't that right, girl? Yeah, isn't that right? Yeah, she's stretching right now. She's so cute. But yeah, she's mine. Been posting, but damn, feels like no one sees me. It'll feel like that. It'll feel like that all the time, honestly. Even for us that are like quote unquote big creators, yeah, it feels like you're shouting into the void sometimes. But that's all part of the game. It's fun. It's all one giant game of who can get the most attention or the most quality attention for what the message you're trying to put out is anyway. And the better you make your videos, the better you communicate your ideas, the better the results. What do you think of the Brandon Jamal incident? I just heard about that very recently too. This is the whole draw follow thing, right? It's kind of funny because I went at draw follow a while ago too. One of my first videos that went viral on this channel, I think it's like a 500,000 views or something like that now, is a video about draw follow. But that's the thing though, I never really did go at draw follow. I've always said abide by the laws of the game. I never go at the woman. I attacked the root cause. So I went at her boyfriend. Pili Tanuvasa, I believe his name is. He's the one I went at in the video. I went at the dynamic there, and I cited him as the source of her confidence, which is why she can do a lot of the things she does and say a lot of the things she says and be very reckless with her power, right? So I'm not surprised that happened to Brandon, the you let him hit her up. That guy, he's funny. He's fucking hilarious. He's unstable though, to be honest, but he's hilarious. I like him. But yeah, that's just unfortunate, man. That's what happens when you allow women to run mad with power. This is gonna happen. You put power in the hands of people that don't know how to use it, they will abuse it. It is what it is. Let's see. In the moment, it's hard to care about it. Like wrapping it up. I get it. But that's where discipline comes in. Like, yeah, it's hard to, but you have to. You feel me? Let me go back to YouTube. Let's see. Hook bait reel released. Shout out to the Mystery Method. So remember when I told you about sex workers starting to pay attention to me, and you said they smell desperation on me. What do you think caused that? Because I'm getting plain female attention. So what could be the cause? It could just be your own relationship with the idea of sex workers. A lot of men, even men with game, begin to act like fucking wild dogs when they're in front of a woman that works in that industry. And this is not something I've noticed. This is also something they've told me. Like, men treat women very differently when they find out that she works in that industry, right? Men become very weird, or they feel like they don't have to run game anymore. That's one big trap a lot of men fall into, right? It's like, oh, you have an OF, I'ma just throw away all the laws of the game because clearly you're just this whore that will, let anything or anyone do whatever for a price. And it's like, yeah, that is the case, but at the same time, don't get it twisted. They're still women, right? Like, they have this transactional thing they do with their body, but at the end of the day, they too require wooing. They too require seduction and attraction and all those things to happen. Just because they allow the money to, blind them from the realities of what they're doing and to make them forget temporarily all their, like, biological needs, doesn't necessarily mean that those needs disappear. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to make you think like they're somehow special. They're not, obviously, but don't get it twisted. Game is still required. And a lot of women that are in that industry will always say that they notice that men that know or find out that they are in the industry become very aggressive, right? Because they think they can get away with it. Like, oh, of course she knows what a penis looks like, so I'm just gonna. And it's like, you're going about this wrong. You'll be very special to them, and you'll stand out to them. Let's just put it like that. If you are the one guy that's like, oh yeah, we can be friends. You know, like seriously, that's the move. Friend zone these hoes. If she works in that industry, be the guy that's like, I'm not judging. Do what you got to do, but we're homies. That's all we are. And you'll realize the amount of respect they have for you because of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just watch your energy levels. Watch your energy levels. Also, do you think of this statement, life is a game of getting and feeling of the results before you get the results? That's an interesting statement, and it's actually a true statement. I wouldn't say it like that because it's so long. But yeah, the sentiment is true. Life is a game of assumption, which is how I would say it, way shorter. It's a game of assumption. You have to assume the position before you actually physically manifest it, before you actually get it. You have gotten it the moment you believe you have, right? You truly have gotten it, whatever position, thing, whatever you want. You've already gotten it the moment you believe you have, and you know that's the case because you do that all the time with your fears. Why does it look like the things you fear you manifest a lot quicker? Because you're very good at living in the now of your fears, right? Because fear and faith are the same thing; they're just opposite directions. Faith is uh, unwavering belief in the possibility of good. Fear is unwavering belief in the possibility of bad, right? So, just as much faith as is required to create good is required to create bad. Is just what direction you're going in. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's a very true statement. What's going on, Billy? How you doing, man? Hey, dudes, does getting a motorbike work? Motorbike? Do you like motorbikes? Do you want motorbikes? I don't get the question. Honestly, if you're thinking that getting a motorbike will somehow get you more girls, it won't. If anything, it'll get you less girls, because very few girls are in that niche of woman that thinks motorcycles are like good or sexy or powerful or anything like that. Like you automatically niche yourself so down. And good luck to that too, because I'm gonna be honest with you, not all the girls that like motorcycles are that hot. I'm being completely honest. Trust me, I test out a lot of niches when it comes to girls. The motorcycle niche, not really. You do better with the car niche. A lot of hot chicks like cars, but motorcycles, So if you're doing it specifically for girls, please don't do that. Honestly, don't get into any niche specifically for girls. You're defeating the point when you do it that way. Okay. How could I convince my parents to buy me my first car? Mostly my mom. Don't, honestly. I say get it yourself. To be completely honest, get it yourself. Because if you get, people never think about the responsibilities and the drawbacks that come with the things they ask for. If you get them to get you your first car, then you have to also use that car in accordance to them. That's not your car. That's the car they buy that they let you borrow. Girl, where are you going? She's off to drink water or something, perhaps. There goes the slurping, of course. That gives room for you to come here, boy. Come here, you fat bitch. Yeah. Yes. No, you can't be there. No, you can't come there. You gotta go around. No, because all my stuff is here and you can't knock it down. Beat it. Hey, boy. What's up? Everybody say hi to Zoro. You always gotta be in tough situations. Come here. I gotta carry you up your piano. Come here, girl. There we go. There we go. All right. Y'all be nice now. Y'all play nice. No fighting next to me. But yeah, that's what you got to think about. Your parents will definitely force you to use the car the way they want you to use it. But if you buy it yourself, you got yourself a bedroom on wheels. Think about that. What hook did you use as a salesman? That's a dumb question. There's several. There's several. Like there's several different hooks you use for several different situations. Your hook is going to be determined by the idea you're trying to communicate, right? So understand. Go learn what a hook is, so you can understand why that question is stupid. Not you being stupid, but you just don't understand what a hook is yet. So go understand what a hook is, so you can understand how to actually execute on hooks. Okay. Uh, let's see. I was thinking about a couple years ago how girls would still like me even though I made super obvious mistakes. Does that mean I'm just dealing with low quality women? No, that just means you're dealing with young women. Young girls, don't forget, women are not the art. Hey, why are you biting his ear that hard? Damn, chill. Women are not the arbiter of all things social dynamics. And this is one thing that I think my industry has done a very bad job with convincing men of. By accident. This is not something I think it was done on purpose. But as part of like just hyper marketing in the pickup industry, dating and all that, we have accidentally pedestalized women to the point where on an unconscious level on an unconscious level we now all believe that women are the judge, jury, and executioner of all things social rhetoric and mistakes. Trust me, women are just as clueless as you when it comes to social calibration. In fact, I would say there's far more socially uncalibrated women than we like to mention, than we like to admit. There's a lot of women that are just, when it comes to social decorum, etiquette, knowing how to behave themselves, knowing how to do the right things, knowing how to fucking have the correct emotional response to certain situations. They're fucking children. No bullshit. So don't think of it like I made a social mistake and women are so good at understanding the social dynamics that they just judge it so correctly and know when you're making a social mistake. A lot of the time, the social mistakes that you make are acknowledging the social mistake. That is the ultimate social mistake. You can do just about anything and get away with it as long as you act like it's normal. Not even kidding. Right? And this is something I've been able to experiment to the nth degree for years and years and years. I remember getting trained by one of my mentors. He was the one that was like, you can just walk up to a girl and just kiss her without saying anything, right? Because I was trying to ask him, like, openers, like, what kind of openers, just, being young and naive. And he was like, openers are a tool you use for creating a conversation, but it's not the only tool. You can walk up to a girl and kiss her, and while he's talking to me saying it, we walk up to a group of girls and goes, you, does his hand like this. One girl comes in and like puts her face on it and just starts making out with her. Just like that. So it's not that, don't confuse the tools for the actual thing. Does that make sense? Right? All that to say, women themselves are just going off of your behavioral cues. They're not the fucking gods of game. Okay? So, yeah. You're not dealing with low quality women, you're just dealing with women in general. You feel me? Let's see. If you're okay with talking about it, then what signals did you receive from the eclipse? Not okay to talk about that. Not even a little bit. Nope. Not even a little bit. That is for me and me only. Brandon really finished her. She will write a comment, delete over and over. I didn't see the actual beef of it all, like what it looked like. I'm guessing Brandon won from all the things I've seen on the internet about it. But, buddy, what is dripping for? Oh, you just drank water. Okay. But yeah. See, even these situations like this, if I'm being completely honest, they help nobody. You know what I mean? Because this is how I see it. Brandon went against Drew Alfalo. Good for him. He went against Drew and her army. Her army's bigger. And that matters on the TikTok landscape, right? Like, you're never going to win a beef against someone with more followers than you. No matter how right you are. That's not, as far as public opinion goes, numbers matter in that case. Which is unfortunate because, yeah, you can think about it that way and be smart about it. But at the same time, it's like, if the goal is to actually make a significant change, get people to change their minds around how you think versus how the other person thinks, a beef is such an ineffective way to go about doing it. Maybe the aftermath of the beef, we can see how her life goes versus his life goes and shit like that. But for the most part, no one's mind got changed in that entire situation. If anything, throughout that beef and any other beef like it, all that happened was the Drawflow fans are like a lot more concrete in their beliefs, just as the Brandon Jamal fans are more concrete in their beliefs. Everyone just use this entire situation to confirm their own fucking bias. I don't see the progress in that, me personally. So, yeah, it is what it is. If you're okay about it, then what signals did you receive? I never done. As someone who used to scam people acting like a girl, I can confirm. Type shit. Fish Army has quite a story when it comes to that. Um, do you know Nero Knowledge on YouTube? He's my reference when it comes to manifesting. Not only do I know him, I love the guy. I love Nero Knowledge. This is one of the people I definitely pay attention to. I think he's a fucking genius, right? I fucking love Nero. I feel like it's only a matter of time before he and I meet. Can you guys not like bite each other, please? I know you're doing it playfully, but chill the fuck out. Yeah, I fuck with Nero Knowledge, man. I think he's a fucking G, man. I fucking love Nero. I love AJ, in fact. That's his quote unquote sidekick. But I think those two as a pair are fucking geniuses, man. They're good. They're very good. Let's see. So I'm scamming. When she realized she lost, she sent her minions to finish him. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, what's going on, Casanova? Oh shit, you're on both of them. My guy, what's up? How we doing, man? Leave the recording here? Sure, why not? Do you think I should get a tattoo? I just turned 18, or I just waited out. I'm not the person to ask. I don't have any tattoos. I just have a bunch of scars from the third world. So I'm not sure I'm the only one to ask about tattoos. I don't want to give you a biased opinion. Like, don't get tattoos because it worked for me, right? Not having tattoos has given me a lot of benefits. To be honest, I am essentially a quote unquote very sexy motherfucker and a black guy without the one trait that every guy in my position usually has, which is tattoos. Like, you see a guy with a dreadheaded nigga with jewelry and shit, piercings, blah blah, and no tats. Like, what the fuck? It's a tool I've used as a means of surprise for years now, and I'm gonna probably keep milking that for a while. So I don't know. I don't know what your priorities are, how you want to use them, blah blah. Do what you gotta do. Zoro getting all the huzz with that chain. Yes, he is. I'm not even kidding. When you say that, you have no idea, because people always, girls especially, always call me cute by calling my dog cute. People don't understand how that works, but this is how it works. Girls won't go up to you and be like, you're cute. They'll say, your dog is cute. Then they'll say, you and your dog look alike, which is true. I mean, these are black guys with gold chains. So, yeah, that's a real thing. Every time I walk out with the two of them, especially now that I have the both of them, it's like a very cool topic of conversation. And yeah, it's wonderful. People like her a lot more because she's like smaller and cuter, obviously. But Zoro's still a fucking G. And now they're like play fighting next to me, and it's annoying. Hey, chill. You see, now you've hurt her. That's not cool. Don't do that again. I'll fuck you up. Alright? Listen to me. Listen to me. I'll fuck you up. Okay? Alright. Come here, baby girl. I'm sorry. He's a bad boy. You real alone. You looking big, Jason type shit. I'm a muscular guy. So powerful indeed. Fuck with Nero Knowledge a lot. You see how she bites my beard sometimes and my fingers? She's a biter, dude. She's a fucking biter. The problem with buying it myself is, one, I gotta somehow raise $911K in a third world country. What country are you in? Why is it more socially acceptable to be average? Because it's easier. The most socially acceptable things are the easiest thing. That's why you've seen. I saw a video recently of people trying to shame this. I forget her name. She's this girl, white girl. She has a crazy body, like ridiculously good body, that she clearly worked hard at the gym. And for whatever reason, there's like a group of people trying to shame her for exposing what she eats in a day, how she works out, her activities, her diet, blah blah. And they're like, oh, this is unrealistic, this is bad, this is unhealthy, this is an eating disorder. And it's like, first of all, that's just cope. Second of all, what did you expect? Did you expect the girl that looks well above average, that looks like she's in the top 1 percentile of women on the planet, to tell you that she got that body by eating fucking Cheetos and oodle noodles and fucking Twinkies all day? No. Right? She lives a very fasted life. She has a very strict diet. She has a very strict workout routine with very multi-dimensional type of exercises that she does to keep every single part of her body in check, and every single part of her body really is in check. You know what I mean? So I would say her name if I remembered. I just don't remember right now, unfortunately. But yeah, people praise average because it gives them an excuse to keep being average. Because average is easy. Average is easy. That's really what it comes down to. Jobs here don't pay like in the U.S. The jobs I can do with my lack of qualifications pay peanuts. Um, then don't get a car that's that level. You got to get a hoopty, my guy. What you trying to get 11K dollars for a car that you'll drive in the third world? When you can easily get a car that's worth like 1,000, 2,000, it's gonna be super old, but it's gonna get the job done, and it's gonna be way cheaper for you to get, right? That's what you want to do. Are women more mature than men their own age when it comes to dating? Absolutely not. Women are not more mature. In fact, women kind of stump their own growth from the age of 16 because of how much power they begin to realize they have over men at that age, right? So a lot of women are quite literally developmentally stunted at that age. I'm not even kidding. You will meet 30 something. Hey, you're doing too much now. You're shifting furniture. I don't like that. No, sit. Sit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, women are most of the time very developmentally challenged. You will meet women in their 30s and their 40s that genuinely are not thinking in more complex ways or have more emotional maturity than most 16, 18-year-old girls. It's the truth. It's the truth. I just heard about a documentary which I have to watch very soon called what is it? An Unknown Number or something like that. It's on Netflix apparently. Girl, you almost fell off. Relax. And it's about this mother, not to spoil it for everybody, that apparently was sending anonymous, inappropriate messages to her own daughter, right? Trying to essentially be her own daughter's cyberbully. How interesting is that? Over a boy too, which is we can get into like the evolutionary psychology of that whole thing. It's very weird, but yeah, that's a grown ass woman having a high school level tissy fit with her own like 14, 15, 16-year-old daughter. And that's a lot more common than people realize. Like she's getting outed as an example, but that's happening with the majority of women on this planet a lot more often than we like to give credit to. Very true shit. Very true shit. Let's see. Are women already read that one? Damn, so you actually got good signal from the eclipse. That's what I like to hear type shit. And I hope you did too. Hey Jace, love the setup more. And damn, liking like a video lesson. Oh, looking like a video lesson? Sure, type shit. Senior year of high school has made me feel like I'm leaning less and less from being a protector. Thank you. No problem, man. Have you heard about the flags that are displayed in the UK? Do you think it has racial connotations? Listen, man. Every single flag in the UK has racial connotations, but so does every other flag everywhere. That's kind of the point, right? Every flag comes from a history, and every history is tainted some way, somehow. Like, take my flag, for instance. It's the Nigerian flag. The Nigerian flag was not made by a Nigerian. So if you want to get extreme with that whole, oh, the flag represents this, there's nothing that demonstrates British colonial power more than the current Nigerian flag. Real talk. Our national anthem also comes from British colonizers, right? What was his name again? Lord Lugard III and his wife Mary Celeste or whatever the fuck her name was. They came up with the flag and the anthem for Nigeria. We're an African country. Hell, the name Nigeria wasn't even our creation. The British came up with that shit. Honey, what shall we name this new colony? Well, darling, there are two rivers that run through this country. The river Benway and Niger, and they meet in the middle. What did you say, honey? The river Niger? Interesting. What if we call this the Niger area? Oh, splendid, darling. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we join them together so it rolls off the tongue easier? the Niger area becomes Nigeria. Oh, splendid. Okay. That's how we got named. That's what Nigeria is. You see what I'm saying? And so is fucking Ghana and Liberia and Cameroon and all of them. So if you wanna go into that extreme of like flags and their meanings, everyone's gonna be unhappy. Every fucking person is gonna be unhappy. Yes, even the South Africans, and they got the coolest flag, right? Oh, South African flag is made by our own proud South Africans. Is it though? As I know the history of your flag too. Right, so let's be honest here. If you want to go into the history of flags, that shit is dumb. Like, everybody chill the fuck out, right? We already live in this world. Let's make the most of it. There's way better things to focus on than fucking flags, right? Why do women act like they don't fear the evil when they look into the valley of the shadow of death? When have women ever acted like they don't fear the evil? What kind of women are you? Or are you just bad at reading women? Women show fear all the time. All the fucking time. I called my ex. We talked. She said she went to the disco. Some guys approached. She pushed them away. Perfilo and his stories again. Get to the point, Perfilo. What activities should I do? Bro, the impression was funny as fuck. I spent time in London, man. I pick up a few things. You feel me? What activities should I do to overcorrect and be a protector? What is wrong with y'all? I might have to lock these dogs up or something, or separate them. Hey! You're doing too much, my guy. Go away. Relax. Do you want me to lock her up or lock you up? Who do you want me to lock up? Who am I locking up? Don't look at me all cute now and innocent. Who am I locking up? This is the threat I use on them, by the way. I lock them in the room real quick so they can be separated from each other. They can long for each other. Because I'm an evil ruler and dictator in this house. But let me know, though. Who am I locking up? Yeah, see how quiet they are? Yeah. That's how I like it. That's how I like it. Let's see. Let's see. What was I going with this? What activity should I do to overcorrect and be a protector when I finish high school? Don't worry about when you finish high school. Just be a protector. It might take you longer than finishing high school. You see what you did? I'm locking you up. You know that, right? All right, guys. Give me a second. I gotta go take care of this because this is ridiculous. They just knocked my light down. Because somebody wants to be all over the place. Come here. You're getting locked up. Come here. Go this way. Come here. Come on. Come here. Getting locked up. You're in timeout now. You're in jail. Come here. Don't come save him, you asshole. Stay here. Getting locked up. Everybody getting locked up. You know what? You get locked up for him too. Fuck it. Everybody getting locked up. Y'all stay there. Locked. There we go. Boom. Doing too much. Damn. Apologies for my animal children. They are the rowdiest, those ones. Anyway, we're back. Where was I? A friend of mine was there and told her why she's behaving like this. I don't know. Most women's idea of warfare is weird when you pay attention to social media. It's using your following or followers to fight for you when push comes to shove. That's the strategy of the weak, though. It's not even. It's not just women. It's weak people in general. People like to throw other people in front of themselves as shields when they don't have power on their own. That's kind of the point, right? I've made this very clear on multiple occasions. Hell, even with my own personal beefs in the past, why do you think I behave the way I have and my opponents I behave the way they have? It's always like I want people to get at this, and I'm just like, no, I don't care much for other people. I remember my last major one, I had the guys in the group chat were like, hey, let's, Jace, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do in this time? And I'm like, no, just go in the comments and say the truth about me, whatever you feel like. honest as you can. The good, bad, the ugly. In fact, I prefer if you say the honest truth and add in the ugly in there, so people know you're being honest. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset of someone that can go it alone, as opposed to someone that needs everyone like come with me, gather around with me. I need to, you know, hey, you're already both in there. Just stay in there. Why you trying to leave? Stop it. Anyway, I should buy a dog as well. Imagine, or that disappeared. My bad. I gotta come over here real quick. Going to read the mystery method type shit. What's going on, Doxic? Very cool seeing you here. You need to make a puppet show because your voice changes do give puppet show type shit, type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. World Warfare. Da, da, da. Oh, there we go. Your opinion on Cassie Zender, how valid is he? I haven't really watched his content in a minute, to be honest. I haven't really watched his content in a minute, but I'm sure it's decent enough. The thing about most of these guys, stay in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. Of your own free will and volition. Don't make me force you in there. Get back in there. There we go. Stay in there. Don't get out. See, my dogs are too smart. They can open the door. How crazy is that? Well, then again, I got sliding doors, so it's easier for them. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Cassie Zander. Listen, man. Listen to people that have opinions without letting the opinions have them, type shit. And you can always tell when someone is speaking from a place of pain versus a place of experience. You know, always be careful. But again, don't take my word for that. Literally go and, figure that one out on your own. I feel like that's one of those lessons people have to learn on their own. Because end of the day, my opinion is always going to sound biased because of who I am and what I do. So please go about it on your own by yourself and figure out what works for you. Okay? Let's see. It's like, damn, said going on. Session girls. I remember talking about the polarity between attractiveness and comfort. Yeah, we talk about that sometimes here. Such as Mighty Mouse being 5'4" and can demolish anyone he runs into, or Andrew Tate being Christian and having multiple girls, type shit. I was playing with the idea of getting tattoos to play into that effect. What do you think about that? Not necessarily if I should get tattoos or not, but how would it play out into polarity? Do you really think you're the kind of guy that shouldn't have tattoos? I think if anything, you're a kid in Muay Thai. You're a kid in martial arts and fighting. You're kind of expected to have tattoos. All right, let's be honest. Every single person you go to the gym with, if you're paying attention, has tattoos. You're probably one of the few people at the gym that that don't have any tattoos. Same with me. I'm definitely the only person, right? Especially the only person of my race and my age group that doesn't have tattoos in my gym. So, yeah, it's not as polarizing for you as you might think it is. You know what would be polarizing for a guy like you? And let me actually think about that for you. What would be polarizing for you? Polarizing for you would be like having a mohawk. Polarizing for you, if I know you want to go the tattoo route, is having a face tat. That's polarizing. You know what I'm saying? That would be polarizing. Let's see. Which country I'm in? Kenya. Oh, you're in Kenya, dude. What you worried about making money in dollars for? What is the currency in Kenya again? Only thing I got from the eclipse is a BJ. That's so funny. The bad cars here for $1K are rare to come by. They have so many issues. The ones I've seen in the USA for like $1 will go for $3,000 to $5,000 here. Why are you trying to get them from the US? Why not try to get them from a closer country? Right? You're in Kenya, you're in the East. Why not try to get a car from like, I don't know, Burundi or something? They'll probably have better used cars because their roads are slightly better and they're not going to have, their country's smaller, so not as many miles. So get the car from a neighboring country, drive it back into your hometown. That would be the move. Like, just start thinking smart. You don't have to get everything from America. Paying those fucking overseas prices and shit. What are you doing? Don't be dumb. Any tips on promoting music on social media platforms? Tried it a few months ago, but wasn't too Wasn't too what? I don't know what the rest of that is. Wasn't too successful, or you weren't motivated enough. What was it? Either way, I don't know what. Like, I'm sure there's people that can give way better advice on how to promote music specifically. But as a consumer of music and as someone that is friends with people, mutuals with people that are huge in music on TikTok, shout out to my guy Jalil, for instance. Persistence, man. This if there's one person that genuinely impresses me, he's Nigerian like me. So there's some people in our tribes, in some of our tribes, that are just like that, and he's one of them. Jalil will make you listen to his song a billion times till you're tired of it. He doesn't care. There's a level of shamelessness you have to have with promoting music that I think should be a lot higher than every other type of person out there, especially with music, because it gets repetitive. Like for me, I can go on and talk about different ideas and topics, and I don't even have to push that hard to different types of funnels or different landing pages or different products or anything like that. When you have a hit song out, or you have a song that you want to create into a hit, you want to force into a hit, you almost have to be like, you have to go into your mind and go, okay, I'm gonna spend the next 4 to 6 months trying to get this song somewhere, and I'm gonna post about it every single day. Which, think about it, for the people that you're always showing up on their For You page, by the end of the second week, they're already complaining, bruh, this song again? What the fuck? Right? But if you stop there, then you're guaranteed to never go anywhere. You gotta push the song out like a billion posts a day. Not a billion posts a day, but like just enough to piss people off. You almost want, like, you. That's the point. You want to piss people off with your music. You want to be that persistent about having people listen to your shit. And so, if you're not ready to do that, as far as I can tell, anyway, you're not getting anywhere. You're not. You're not. You're not doing much. You feel me? So be fucking annoying with it. Um, let's see. What do you think about me learning how to read hands for moving from attraction to comfort? That's an old school mystery thing. Yeah, you could do that. Why not? It's a cool little party trick. Back in the day, I used to use cards. That was my thing. I was a sleight of hand magician at one point. So that was my thing, is using cards. There's a lot of tricks you can do. It's actually tricks I created specifically for that point. But at the same time, though, the reason why I moved away from that is because I quickly realized trying to deify moving from attraction to comfort kills the process itself. You shouldn't look at it like a massive jump. You should think of it like a seamless transition. And so you shouldn't think of it like, okay, I have to do this move to go from attraction to comfort. You should think of it like, okay, this is the next natural step. So that's why in my system, I emphasize just using something like a heartfelt compliment. Way easier to execute on, way easier to practice. And it gives the feel of going from attraction to comfort a very seamless, very smooth transition that's almost unnoticeable. Right? So instead of pull out a deck of cards or try to use this little trick to like hold her hands and stuff to go from attraction to comfort, I just ask her a very poignant question. I try to ask her something a little more intimate than usual. And then when she gives me an answer, especially if the answer is good, I go out of my way to go, you know what? I really enjoy the fact that you said that to me just now, because that shows me the kind of person you are. And I'm very impressed with you because of this, because of this, because of this. It becomes something that is genuine, tailored, custom to her. And as a result, extremely potent, extremely heartfelt. It leaves a lot of impact, and it does the job. It makes her go from this guy's cool to, wow, this guy's not just cool, he's also someone I genuinely feel comfortable with. You feel me? So yeah. This is going on YouTube. It's already on YouTube. I feel like I don't actually have to know anything about it, but I just have to act like I know it. The hand readings. Oh, nah, it's better if you do good cold reading. Cold reading is mirroring back to her what she already knows about herself. Right? And that's what makes it powerful. When you have the ability to give back to her what she's already expecting to hear. That's what good cold reading is. When you say things about her that she already thinks about herself. There is a way to cold read bad. Like, don't get it twisted. If you say things to women, like, I've had a guy try to cold read a girl in front of me. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something that I remember thinking, that doesn't even apply to anybody. That's just a dumb thing to say. So he said something so oddly specific and so unnecessary. Something like, what was it? Something, something, something. I think maybe he was trying to be funny as well, but he said something like, she looks like the kind of person, or her her eyes are that of the kind of person that has asked this kind of question in class before. So it was very odd. I can't remember what it was. It was so dumb, but I remember thinking that is such a bad cold read. And from the look on her face, yeah, you could tell he wasn't winning any points with that. You want to keep it very surface level. You want to keep it very light, but very close to the chest as well. Not like so close that it becomes a damn near fucking prophecy about her, like you can peer into her future, but just enough to let her know that you've paid enough of an attention, right? Like for instance, you look at a girl, she has her hair done. That tells you right there she cares about her hair. Now you can say something that is adjacent to that, that is also slightly true. So you won't be far off saying something like, you look at the kind of person that's very well put together, but deep down it's because you might be a bit of a people pleaser. That's adjacent. That's not something that is immediately obvious by looking at how good a girl's hair is done. But there's a good chance that if she cares about how her hair looks to other people, and she cares about how everything looks to other people, including her personality, people pleasing. You see what I'm saying? So good cold reads feel like that. Not, you know, you trying to be a fucking mystic or anything like that. um, Damn, Zero got big compared to back then. Oh yes, in fact, it's an issue now. We're putting him on a diet. That boy got fat as fuck, bro. That's my fault. I don't even know why I'm laughing about it. It's my fault. He got fat on my watch. Listen, man. I feed my dogs well. I feed my dogs good. They eat very, very fucking well. They eat. People are always surprised by what the diet I give my dogs. They eat rice or cauliflower or oatmeal, depending on the day. They eat mixed vegetables, especially carrots, peas, corn, very important, and the occasional broccoli. And then they also have some kind of fruit base that's sliced strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries from time to time. Or I just give them a mix of them, whatever I'm feeling that day. And then they have some kind of source of protein along with their dried kibble, which is venison. Which, by the way, never feed your dogs dried kibble in the bowl. That shit pisses me off. I saw a commercial of that recently, and it's like they're doing that on purpose to make you like fuck up your dog's teeth so you can have to take him to the dentist. In reality, when you feed your dog kibble, you should always give it some kind of solvent in there. I call it lubricating it. It's not the right word to use, but that's the word I use. You should lubricate your dog's kibble. So either with water. Water is the worst way to do it, in my opinion. I use oat milk or chicken broth. Beef broth at the very least. I don't prefer beef broth because of a higher sodium content, but chicken broth, oat milk. I actually mix both of them at the same time, to be honest. And then that goes along with their dry kibble and some sorts of protein like raw shredded chicken. Rotisserie, especially. I get rotisserie every week, and that's what I shred in their bowls and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's been eating like that good for over a year now, and I might overdid it. Hell, she's getting up there too. You notice how she was like super skinny, all ribs and skin and bones when we first got her? It's been like a week now, and she's damn near as fat as him. So yeah, the diet works. If anyone's wondering, if anyone has a dog out there, the diet works. And don't get it twisted, it's a lot cheaper than it sounds. Trust me, it is a lot cheaper than it actually sounds. Especially if you get everything like super cheap, super raw, you're fine. Can you teach your dog how to understand the English language completely, or is it just certain words? I think if the dog is smart enough and you have that kind of time and energy, I mean, you have to make that your entire life though. It's not something you can do on the side. Like, I'm just gonna teach my dog to speak English for like 20 minutes a day. No, this has to be your entire life to get your dog to understand not just words but full sentences and what they mean. Don't even get me started on context, right? So it's gonna be times taking, but it can be done. Yeah, dogs are very intelligent creatures. Have you? Oh, you're doing that one. I should buy a dog as well. Imagine we all gonna pull up with a dog when we meet. Type shit. I think we should for sure. We'd all be like a dog gang or stuff. Is that not what presidents of countries do? The strategy of the weasel. Yeah, literally. Why do you think most presidents aren't respected? Why do you think people like, as much as people might have like different controversial opinions on him, people like Putin are both feared and respected by their people. Am I saying that everyone in Russia loves Putin? No. I'm saying even the people that hate Putin don't dare to be like in his face talking shit, because that man has unalived people. That man will fight his own battles, and he knows how to. He's very well versed in it. So no one's gonna talk shit to him. No one's gonna talk shit to him. And Trump as another example. Trump has never been in an actual war, like a physical war per se, but he's been through so much shit in his life and so much different kind of trials, tribulations, that the average man can't go through. Like being sued that many times, having that many different assassination attempts on your life. Not very man can go through what Trump has gone through, all the things he's gone through, and still be like, I'm still the fucking top G. I'm still the guy. You know what I mean? So you can't really deny experience. You can't deny when a motherfucker is that guy for real. You see what I'm saying? It's very cool. Cassie's very focused on creating tension and drama with the girl type shit. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Drama is cool, but also remember the inverse is also true. Drama is only the first half. The other half is comfort. How do you know you're in a good fighting gym? Honestly, I feel like for the average person you wouldn't. You know? Someone asked me that question recently, like, how do I know which gym I should go to? I feel like if you're starting out, just go to any one. Like, you're in step 0, get to at least step 1. You'll know if you're in a good gym with more experience of, dealing with other gyms. And because the more you're in the gym, the more you're, training at a gym, the more opportunities you'll also have to interact with people outside of your gym. And then you can begin to compare and contrast experiences other people have in their gym with your gym. And then you can start figuring out very quickly what a good gym, what a real gym, what a solid gym actually feels like. In case the one you're in is not the gym to be in. But you gotta figure it out first, though. You gotta figure out, how gyms should actually run, what actually works, shit like that. Problem with buying a car outside of Kenya is that it can't be older than 8 years, or else the taxes kick in, go crazy. You can end up paying almost the price of the car in taxes. Our new government hasn't been the best. Tell me about it. Suffering the same thing in Nigeria. But, okay, cool. If that's the case, if you're that broke and you're that down bad, I don't think a car is what you need right now, my friend. I don't even see why you're trying to push for one. It sounds to me like you have bigger problems than the car. Don't worry about the car. Walk everywhere. You're fine. You're a young man. You'll be alright. Fucking walk everywhere. Use Ubers or use the bus or use bikes, whatever the fuck. Actually, get a fucking motorcycle if that might work better. But get a fucking bicycle if you must travel around faster. Technique over fitness-oriented fight gyms, in my opinion. I mean, again, even that statement. You can only make that statement because we can only make that statement because of the level of experience we have. You don't understand how important technique is when you're starting out. Let's be honest. Were you like, oh my god, the technique has to be on point when you were starting out, when you like had that white belt wrapped around you? You didn't know. You didn't even know what technique looked like. You didn't even know what good technique looked like. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can tell someone that's starting out technique is important, but even they don't understand why it's important yet. You gotta let them go through their process. Let them go through their thing. Like, okay, this is why good technique is important. This is why bad technique will fuck you up in the long run. And then go from there. Let's see. Crazy. That pushing songs till it's annoying is the same with pushing content, so you should repost old content all the time. Repost. I don't even do a good job of that myself. Because the problem with me is I'm always having new ideas, so I just have new stuff to post. But even if I don't have, for whatever reason, the ability to repost old content, I'll just remake the content and post it again. So it's the same content I'm making before. That's my own way of reposting, if anything. But that's the point. Like push. Very important. The repetition is what will give you the reps, and this is something I had to learn the hard way. People think they have to like keep coming up with something new every day for the rest of their life, which if you love what you're doing and you have passion around it, you'll do that naturally anyway. But at the same time, what makes people remember you and you stick out in their minds is the shit that you repeat. The core concepts, the core principles, the core beliefs and ideas that you constantly repeat in their face. Repetition is the law of deep and lasting impression. Not just deep impression, but lasting impression. Okay? Um, so for me, asking my mom is so much easier. Like right now, I looked at the cars for $1K in Kenya. They're all missing the gearbox. Just problem. Don't get a car then. Get a bicycle. Yeah, feel me. Yo, Jace, I got a situation with my high school girl. Would appreciate some advice. Are you in high school too? I gotta ask that. I gotta fucking ask that. I'm gonna tell the girls to look into my crystal ball and tell me what they see. That's pretty funny. And you can do that too. Believe it or not, there were people doing that back in the fucking 80s and 90s. Look into my crystal ball. Look at I knew a guy that would like take around this like little eighth ball, that little you shake the thing and it gives you a message. Yeah. You'd be surprised how many props have been used in the way of getting pussy. What do you think of dog owners who force their dogs to be vegan? I think those people should own dogs because it sounds so logical to these people. But if I were to say, "Oh yeah, feed your baby fucking tough raw meat, like your newborn baby, feed them raw meat," we'd all think that's crazy, right? We'd all be like, "What the fuck? That's not what babies are designed to do yet. Just because you're human doesn't mean they have the capability of digesting that." Well, exactly. Why would you feed your dog a raw vegan diet when everything about their biological setup is clear that they're canines? They're carnivores. So it's such a weird thing we do as human beings. We have all these weird, pathetic attempts at trying to sidestep nature. And I don't know why we never learned the lesson, but we can never beat that bitch. Mother Nature is undefeated for a reason. We can never beat that bitch. Like, she's the ultimate bad bitch. Ultimate. Like, she's that chick. She's that bitch. So I don't know why we... It's so weird. I think it's a mental illness, honestly. I think it's people are just sick. They need to be thrown in an insane asylum. What's going on, Cheshire? How you doing, man? My house gives our dog that died of an Igbo man. So your dog eats eba. You know the funny thing? One of my first dogs died that way. Feeding dogs eba is not good. That's a lot of carbs. It's a lot of fucking carbs. Do not feed your dog eba. Do not feed your dog rice on stew because the tomatoes aren't even the best for them. Do not feed your dogs fucking ogbono. Terrible. Don't do that to your dogs. Do not feed your dogs fish. Maybe not more than once a week. Like, and if you do feed them fish, feed them some high quality shit. Salmon is the way to go, I would say, if you want to feed your dog fish. But yeah, we're just... You know, one thing about my country is that because the literacy rate is so low, the majority of people are just uneducated, and it just lends into dumb shit, dude. Dumb shit. People think Nigerians are so smart. Like, yeah, some of us. The majority of Nigerians are just not. And it's not their fault, right? It's not like it's like America where there's no excuse to be dumb here because everyone has access to the internet. In Nigeria, not everyone has access to the internet. Not everyone has access to good education. In fact, very few people do. So you're gonna see a lot of shit that just is dumb like that. That's just weird. I'll always complain about it. There's this guy on TikTok. He's a Nigerian content creator, and he has a fucking husky in Nigeria. That shit pisses me off every time it comes on my For You page. I report his page every chance I get. Every chance I get. And it's so funny. He's the only person I've ever bothered reporting on social media ever. But I get it now. I get why the report button is there. Like, I report the motherfucker as much as I can. What do you mean you have a snow dog in a tropical environment, like on the fucking equator? Nigeria, Lagos? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You have a husky in Lagos. Those are the same dogs that are so one with the snow and cold that they stay outside in the snow. They bury themselves in it. They like that shit. They prefer that shit. The summertime comes and you gotta shave all their fur off because they overheat so quickly. And you had that dog in Nigeria dying of heat? Fuck you. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Ridiculous. We don't educate ourselves on shit, man. It's ridiculous. I decided to start posting content that helps others and exposes me. Type shit. Great advice. I was definitely persistent, but still way too conscious of other people's opinions. Oh yeah, go for it, dude. Fuck people. People don't matter, dude. People don't fucking matter. It's your life. They matter as far as your ability to help them, but you gotta understand that even they don't know how they want to be helped. So you're not helping educated uh, uh, self-educated, self-aware individuals. You're helping toddlers, and sometimes this toddler wants to stick the fork in their mouth because they think it's funny, or they want to drink the shampoo because they think it must be delicious because it smells delicious. And what do? You keep it away from them, and then you try to feed them what they actually want, and that's the point. And when you're feeding that toddler the vegetables, they'll be like, because they don't want it. It doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste like their sugar, licorice, whatever they want to eat. They're sugar cereals, but that's what's good for them. So shove it down your fucking throat. Okay? All right. I just gave you a good analogy to approach social media with. Treat these people like fucking toddlers. Feed them what they need until they like it. You feel me? As a cleansing ritual, as a former weasel. What are we talking about? Oh, to start exposing yourself. Yeah, sure. The time I want to focus on. Time I want to focus on making more quality content rather than rather than quantity. Sure. Also, being practicing guitar as a spiritual outlet. Very good outlet. Very good outlet. Instruments are wonderful. Ask David in the Bible, right? He used the harp. Harps are just guitars with extra steps, right? Just better guitar, like a more ethereal guitar, is what a harp is. At least that's what I think it is. Only second to the piano, of course. People don't think of pianos as guitars, but they are string instruments as well. People keep forgetting that pianos are string instruments. Y'all know that, right? Anyway, I've been with my high school girlfriend for 3 months. She's been given problems with compliance. It's 3 months. It's high school, nigga. You'll be alright. Technique over fitness oriented fight gyms, in my opinion, mine too. What are the hard things you do consistently? I push my body to the limit as much as I can. I push my mind to the limit as much as I can. And I force myself to be in a creative space for a lot longer than I usually would be. Indicating disinterest often feels drastic and unfair of me towards her. What do I do? Indicating disinterest feels drastic and unfair. Good. It's supposed to. Don't I don't want you to think that it's not unfair. I want you to know it's unfair, but I want you to be okay with knowing it's unfair. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Right? All the fairness and balance you've been trying to create, where's that gotten you? How well are you running this relationship? How predictable is her behavior towards you? Well, exactly then. Stop making shit unfair. You always say to become more interesting as a man, you need to do risky things and interesting things. How would you deal with fighting? What are we talking about? That's two different questions. Yes, I do say do more interesting and risky things. Absolutely. Push yourself as much as you possibly can. There were gyms I was in that focused so much on conditioning that I didn't get much better skill wise. Oh, for sure, man. And again, that's something you have to learn as you go. And there's gyms that do the opposite, where it's technique, but they pay no attention to conditioning. I would say my gym is kind of like that, to be honest. It's like, it's very. That's why I have to work out myself as well as in conjunction with going to the gym. Because yes, the technique is on point. Like, the technique is superb. But if you don't have the fucking cardio to be able to last the number of rounds you need to execute on the technique, then it doesn't matter. Everyone gets dumber the more tired you get. No one ever notices that, right? But it's true. Your fight IQ takes a massive hit when you don't have the energy to think anymore. You see what I'm saying? So, absolutely, both things are important. And most gyms don't have that balance, so you have to either find a gym with the balance, which is very rare, or figure out the balance yourself. You feel me? How would you deal with fighting bad eyesight? Do you deal with bad eyesight? I mean, I don't. Shit, listen. I don't like to brag like this a lot, but I am really one of God's favorites. I have a fantastic body, and I keep it well, which helps. I didn't do anything that created a lot of issues for me now that I'm officially in my 30s. I'm literally just 30. But now that I'm officially in my 30s, yeah, I have no real complaints here. I live a fasted life. I'm very strong. I'm strong as shit, actually. I do pretty much NFL reps of 225. I'm anywhere from like 15 to 18 on a good day of 225. And then I don't know if I'm as fast as I used to be, but I definitely run a lot longer. Right, so my cardio is insane. Like, my cardio has improved in particular in the last 2 years or so with my particular training I'm doing with it. And then, yeah, I'm not medicated for anything. I haven't taken the drug for anything in what, 2 years, maybe. When was 2023? Middle of 2023, whenever that was. right? So over 2 years now, and even that was like a precautionary thing I had to do, not even because I needed the fucking drug, right? I rarely get sick, and even if I do, I get a fever for like a couple hours, and then I'm literally out of it like that. Um, yeah, my eyesight is literally perfect. I live in a high rise, so I can see the majority of my city, or at least the downtown area of my city, which is where I live, from my windows. And yeah, I can see all the way to like the fucking TQL Stadium over there. And if I go around to the other side of my building, I can see the Red Stadium from over there. So, and yes, the bold letters, the words, everything. So, yeah, my life is fucking awesome. My life is awesome. You ever meet that person that's like, oh, nothing's wrong with me. I'm not medicated for anything. Yeah, that's me. You can be jealous now. I know. I get it. I understand. I will gladly receive all your hate. Yes, give me your psychic energy. I feed on it. That's how I stay so young. I feed on it. Yes, give me more. So yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know how to tell you how to deal with your bad eyesight. Um, I'll put it like this though. If there's one principle I've always been able to follow very strictly, is that the human body will adapt to anything. So if your eyesight is bad, there's a good chance it's because you're allowing your eyes to get comfortable being bad. Does that make sense? Your body is like bubblegum. It's designed to adjust and adapt to anything. Any workload you put on it, any stress you put on it, any kind of adverse situation you try to get it to adjust to, it will fucking adjust to. It will take time, but it will adjust to. So if you're having troubles with eyesight, I always say, don't go with uh, glasses or treatment of any kind that make it so that you can manage the symptoms. Go with the corrective shit. It's gonna be harder. It's gonna be way more uncomfortable, but that's the shit you need to get your eyes to start working the way they need to work. Okay? Eyes are very important, man. They're literally the window to your soul and the quickest, most robust way to absorb information in your environment. So keep that as long as you can. Just left the class where a lady said she was placing a protection over the space. Okay, what does that mean? I left immediately to use the bathroom and then came back and got my stuff and left the class immediately. Placing a protection over the space? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean when she says that? You know, do you think being single is a choice? Well, it depends on you. If I decide to be single, it's a choice because I can always be not single if I wanted to, whenever I want to. But if you can't get a girl or a guy, if you're a girl somehow listening to me right now, then it's not a choice. I think that this is one of those things people need to test for themselves. Like, oh, I'm single, cool. Get into a relationship, take a week out for the next month or so, get into a relationship, and then get out. Just to tell yourself you can do it. If you can't do it, then you're not single by choice. You're single by fucking predicament. You're single by circumstance. Right? You don't have a choice in the matter. There's a lot of incels out there that they don't know that they're incels. It's kind of funny, but it's true. All right. So yeah, it depends on you. It depends on how many options you can generate. It depends on your skills, your ability, and yeah, it's what it comes down to. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. Can you generate options? All right. I want a car so that I can travel to Kenya and East Africa next year before I join law school in 2027. Okay then. Your parents are then definitely not going to chip in for that because why would they give you a car to run away from them and not do what they want you to do? Got to figure it out on your own, my boy. You feel me? And have a moving bedroom type shit. Let's see. Check Jalil's page and I see what you mean. He took one song and made so many video ideas out of it. And he's been doing that for years. And you wonder why, despite being, not the biggest artist out there, he still has like a loyal fan base. You know what I'm saying? I posted 5 videos in the last 3 days. My notes app is saturated with ideas that I've thought of. Okay, start posting those videos. That I procrastinated to saturate. Is that what you mean? Okay, cool. Start posting them. Jace, where do you think the red pill went off, and what are the great and bad bits of the community? The red pill went off the rails when dumb niggas started joining the cause. And I'll be completely honest. I'll say it the way it needs to be said and very direct and straightforward. When dumbass people with low level intelligence and low ability to function, as in low ability to comprehend complex ideas, nuance, and people that don't have emotional maturity that allow emotions to blind their logic, when they started becoming the spokesman for the red pill, that's when the red pill went off the rails. That's when it went off the rails. Because the ideology itself is ideal. The ideology itself is infallible. It works. It's true. It's tried. It's tested. It fucking is real. The problem is there's the information you get, the quality of the information you get, and what you choose to do with the information. So the red pill gurus, the red pill teachers, are essentially the conduit or the bridge between the ideology itself and how people should use it. When you have people that are low functioning, low intelligence, and emotionally immature, telling you how to use good information, they're inevitably going to teach you how to use good information in a bad way. So instead of creating men that understand the red pill, understand how women work, female nature, what it's all about, the nuances, like the reading between the lines of it all, right? And you have them try to give you that information, it comes out as nonsense drivel. It comes out as fear-based drivel. That's what's happened essentially. It's let's get this high quality information out there, but it's been done through low quality people. That's the problem with the red pill, and that's why they all sound the same. They all regurgitate the same information, the same dumb shit that lacks nuance. Never compliment a woman. Remember they were all saying that bullshit. Never validate a woman, guys. Never validate a woman. It's like, no, you do need to validate her at some point. If you understand the nuance of it, the idea isn't to not validate her at all. The idea is to position yourself first as someone that is a source of validation. Then, from that point of view, from that position, validate her. That's how you do it. That's the nuance behind it. It's not to never validate her. It's to use it strategically to gain compliance out of her. But you see, you can't know that or communicate that if you're a dumbass. Or if you're just scared of women. Because that's another thing they did. They made the red pill into this thing where it's... Nothing has... And I cannot stress this enough. I made a video about this yesterday. And I posted it. It's my literal last video. You can go watch it if you want to. Nothing has created more simps and men that are scared of women than these red pill guys. Nothing has. In trying their best to be the so-called anti-simp teachers, they've done nothing but create more simps. Because guess what? The guy who simps to women and bows at their feet and kisses their toes is just as simpy as the guy who goes out of his way not to simp women. I ain't buying these bitches flowers. I ain't buying these bitches dates. I ain't liking their post on Instagram. Look at that. It's not about not doing those things. It's about doing those things strategically. I buy flowers for my bitches all the time. I got flowers here for them. Like literally, I wish I could turn. Right here is flowers I buy all the time. And then she keeps them, she waters and whatever. But why can I do that? Because I'm in a position of power to do it from. So when I do it, when I get my bitch flowers from the store and I'm like, hey, I remember to get you flowers. It's not this guy's a simp thing. It's here's a powerful man that's paying special attention to me. I feel fucking amazing. I will follow this man to the ends of the earth. That's the nuance. That's the skill. Right? But when all you think is in black and white terms, again, like a dumbass nigga, then all you're going to be able to operate in and teach other people to operate in is that black and white thinking, which is dumb. It lacks nuance. It robs it of the complexity it deserves, because it does deserve complexity. It's a little more complex than people want it to be. It's not just don't do this, don't do that. It can't be just that. I'm sorry. We're dealing with human beings here. Women. They're an entirely different human beings. I'm not even sure that's the proper grammar. That's not the proper grammar. That's not the proper way to say it. They're an entirely different species. Right? So they come with their own wants, needs, priorities, all that good stuff. And you have to take those things into consideration if you want to influence them correctly. You do. If you can't understand that, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's where the red pill went wrong. Is when they decided to dumb the shit down. The red pill was never to be... The fact that every hood nigga can repeat the red pill talking points should tell you how fucking dumbed down it is. There's something wrong there. Right? It's the same thing with the Bible. The Bible is a lot more complex a book than people give it credit for. But when you hear every Tom, Dick, and Harry standing on a soapbox reciting verses they don't understand, then it cheapens the value of the information. And then worse off, no one knows how to use it. That's the worst part. Now it's being used incorrectly. But yeah, that's what I think about it. That's where they went wrong. Still a good ideology though, that people can just like give it the fucking, you know, the respect it deserves. Husky in Nigeria always felt instinctively not right. It's like when you hear a Nigerian is in Russia type shit. Like, why would you be there? It's too cold there. It's too fucking cold. What are you doing there? Like, I get where the whole Nigerians will be anywhere type of thing. We got to keep that reputation up. But goddamn it, what are you doing in Russia? What are you doing in Greenland? Those places are cold as shit. Get out of there. We're not built for that cold, bro. Have you noticed how magic is an inherently feminine pursuit? No, it's not. Magic is a scientific pursuit. Magic is science. But women and the Western world have completely they've tainted magic to make it look a lot less serious and a lot less potent than it actually is. Before there were witches, there were warlocks and wizards. Don't get it twisted. It was always a very masculine pursuit. Was it King Arthur and fucking Merla, or was it King Arthur and Mervyn? Merlin, I mean. Right? Is it Dr. Fate or Mrs. Fate? Is it Dr. Strange or Mrs. Strange? Like, it's always been a masculine pursuit because it's science. There's a negative connotation around how magic works, but it's really just understanding the basic laws of the universe in a way that you can influence it. They can use it to collaborate with yourself and your goals. All right? So when you think about it from that point of view, it's not supposed to be really masculine or feminine. It's just supposed to be. But when you dumb it down and you make it accessible to just anybody and their grandma, now it becomes feminine. It's not feminine. It's not feminine at all. What's feminine about crunching numbers? Have you ever studied numerology? No. Not feminine about that. You got any combat sports goals, Sensei? Yes. To break my body. Now, I do have a few goals that are more technique based. So my goals shifted from obtaining certain belts to attaining certain levels of skill. And there's a slight difference. People in the martial art world, they know what I'm talking about. You would know what I'm talking about, Fish. But I want to be essentially whatever the purple or black belt equivalent, not necessarily black belt, but purple or brown belt equivalent of a mixed martial artist through and through. Like a real bender of the styles. That's my next goal. Like, I want to be able to do things in the ring that no one can ever see coming and no one can ever predict, which will require me to essentially invent some new technique, but that's kind of what I'm building. I'm building my own fighting system. That's what I'm doing, you know? I've always believed in the element of surprise when it comes to fighting. I don't care how skilled an individual you're facing is. If they've never seen the concept before, they can't begin to learn how to defend it on the fly. Like you'll see, even in chess, you'll see grandmasters get tripped up by like novice or intermediate level players. Why? Because they might have come up with a concept or, you know, use a known concept in a weird way that they haven't seen before, and it throws them off the game just enough to give them the edge. You know, that's who I want to be. I don't want to necessarily be the grandest guy, the best anything. I just want to be the guy that can, like, I don't want to be the legend. I want to be the legend slayer. Does that make sense? That's what I want to be. And that will require me to go down a certain brand of philosophy that I've come up with. All the elements of magic are things women are inherently invested in, like sense, music, rhythm, lighting, and language. Those aren't the elements of magic. Also, music is music. Music and light. You mentioned music and light. Those are very mathematical things. Again, it's our westernized views of these things. You're thinking about it like the way you were conditioned and brought up to think about it. In reality, music is math. Don't get it twisted. Music is one of the most numerically inclined things you can ever study. So is light. It's all math, guys. It's all coding. Those two things. It's literally studying waves. Both of them are waves, right? Sound is a wave. Light is a wave, right? So it's all math. You can literally write the mathematical structure and formula of light and music. But we've told ourselves that those things are feminine, and we've unconsciously discouraged ourselves from learning more about those things. We're doing ourselves a disservice. We're doing ourselves a massive disservice by doing that. Going to the gym and fighting for the body, how to push your mind to keep up, keep you interesting. Didn't I already answer that question? Back to the eye question, should I go for eye surgery since you said go for a correction? What exactly is wrong with your eye? Why is this something you can correct without going into surgery? how different would your life be if you had a 9 to 5 job and not teaching pickup, but still have the knowledge? It would literally be what my life was before 2022, which was working a regular 9 to 5, making barely enough money and making some money here and there that was decent enough because I've always had an eye for opportunity. I've always been entrepreneurial. And then just having like a fuck ton of girls that I would meet either through my job or walking to my job or walking out of my job. Like every girl I met at that time was literally just girls around my workplace. I would go to lunch. I would run into a girl at the spot I used to get jollof rice at, this Nigerian restaurant. I would get jollof rice at close to my job at the time, and I'll meet girls there. Boom, get the numbers. On my way to the bus going home, boom, get the numbers. If I drove my car, it wasn't always ideal to drive my car because parking was expensive and I didn't have the money for it. But if I was driving my car, it would actually give me more time to walk around the city and just fuck around and go talk to girls. So my life would look exactly what it was at that time. But yeah, if I didn't have an outlet to like actually teach what I have now, I'd probably be miserable by now. Because I enjoyed it for how long it lasted and what it was at the time. But if I was still doing that, dude, I feel like I was wasting away. You know what I mean? I probably feel like I was like deteriorating slowly. You feel me? Why do they kill all this stuff? Pill, just call it ancient name, uh, game. I mean, yeah, language and linguistics is a funny thing. Language and terminologies change and evolve over time. It wasn't always called game. It was called seduction, and it became well. It started with romance, then seduction. At some point, it became game, and then pickup was a thing in there, and then red pill, and all these other pills shot off from red pill, black pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill. I mean, all these different pills. So, yeah, linguistics, whatever. I feel deeply in love with my man who simps for me. Exactly, people don't understand that two contradictory things can be true at the same time. Type shit. Uh, even the wording of that bothers me. Like I feel good. I'm happy I'm with a man that simps for me. Your man isn't simping for you. If you're happy with him and he's doing the right things, that's not simping. That's just a strong man that knows how to lead and knows how to make you feel special. But we like to demonize everything. So we use the word simp and label it like, oh, it's a bad thing if you fucking treat your girl good. Like, relax, chill the fuck out. You're supposed to. If she doesn't feel good in a relationship, why would she continue to be in it? Common sense. Um, Damn, I done ignored YouTube for a minute. Where have I been? Oh yeah, nothing new there. That's why. Katie, because in the Matrix movie, if you take the red pill, then you are awakened and whatnot. I mean, yeah, that's where it started from. Uh, I mean, call, I mean, not kill. What are you talking about? And they even awaken just self-righteous and ignorant. Exactly. Can you do magic? Yes, and so can you. We all do it. Again, like I said, it's science. Like, we call it magic to give it like a mystical identity and to make it separate from us. But you're performing it all the time. Every time you bring something into fruition that you create out of thin air, you're doing magic. That is what magic is. It's the science of creation. That's it. Every time you have a new emotion and you indulge into it, that's magic right there. Right? It doesn't always have to be like this complex ritual. No. Right? Every time you bust a nut, that's magic right there. Real talk. Right? Every time you clean yourself, that's magic right there. It's symbolic. It's magic. Right? I said it before. Jesus was a magic man. You should understand it. That man was spitting in the dust, in the dirt, molding it with his hands, the dust, the dirt, and his saliva, putting it on the blind man's eyes, letting it dry on there, and then dusting it off and saying, "Can you see now?" And the man goes, "Yeah, I can see." Why did he go through that process? What was that formula for? Same man woke up in the middle of a thunderstorm on his boat, got up and went, "Why y'all waking me up? Lord, can't you see the boat is about to capsize, the storms in the seas are about to eat us up. Chill out, damn. Boy can't even sleep on the boat. Peace, be still." Boom, storm goes away. How was he able to do that? We don't want to think of it like magic, because especially Christians. Christians like to demonize that word a lot, but that is what it is. It's a perfect example right there. You know. They did it on his authority, but it's the same thing. Yeah, feeding me. Wait, Jace, you believe in Merlin and King Arthur? Uh, the myth of it, sure. I mean, I use it to make a point, as in how magic isn't just a feminine thing. If I'm using that popular story as a way to explain that it has masculine traits too. So I also said Doctor Strange. Why don't you mention the fact that I mentioned Doctor Strange? Have you noticed how a lot of pastors try to shame men that naturally attract women and are polygamous? Yes, that's kind of the point. Your pastor doesn't want you to fuck his wife or his daughter. So he has to shame you. Like, you gotta understand, if you're a man that's attracted to multiple women, the world's job is to do one of two things to you, depending on your attitude towards it. Either completely shame you for your ability to get other women, like make it bad, demonize you for it, or curtail you, right? Make you nice and contrite and humble so that you don't have the power and the confidence to go keep doing what you do, right? And they can use the curtailing, the making you contrite part. It can be done in several different ways. It can be through the use of religion. It can be through the use of fear, of consequence, whatever the fucking method they use. But that's the point. No one wants to admit it, but that's what's going on, right? And I like to call it out all the time. Let's see. Do you think most men want to be monogamous? I don't think any man wants to be monogamous, honestly. I think men take on that idea of monogamy either because, again, religion, culture, social pressure, fear of consequence, fear of being looked at as other or ostracized from their group or tribe or whatever the fuck. Whatever the case is, it does. No one. If the analogy I always give is, think about it. Let's say your two favorite celebrities come up to you. I like Megan Fox and Megan Good. Those are my bitches. Let's say whatever your own personal two favorite celebrities are, sexiest bitches you know. They come up to you and they go, listen, we love you. We love to have sex with you. We want to be in a relationship with you, and we're perfectly fine with sharing you. And we're not going to complain about it. We might tussle and fight over time and attention here and there because we're girls and we're always selfish about that. But that's just because we love you. And but for the most part, we're okay. Like if you, I'll take Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Megan Good will take Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and then we can all be together on Sundays. As a man, if you were given that offer by the two sexiest bitches you know, would you say no? Come on. Come on. And if you're saying to yourself, damn, you're so right, I wouldn't say no. Well, then that right there tells you what the actual problem is. You don't have a problem with polygamy or having multiple women at the same time. You have a problem with the social pressure that comes with it. That's what you have a problem with. Because if it was made okay for you, and you had women that would defend it for you in front of their friends, their family, blah, blah, you would feel so comfortable being in there. You'd be so happy. It'd be great. Right? So, yeah, it's all a lie. Men like to delude themselves into thinking, or they tell them, this is the worst part, they tell themselves that God told them, these niggas exhaust me. I've already done multiple videos about this, pulling out each Bible scripture, explaining the context behind them, letting them know that they're following rules that weren't even meant for them, and they're twisting scripture around to make things look like they have anything to do with monogamy. God don't, like, trust me, even in the same Bible, there's so many different polygamous relationships. It's like, come on, dude. What are we doing right now? You think, this is how I say it, right? And this is for those of you that are like the staunch Christians, right? If you're really Christian, and especially if you're a Christian, and you don't agree with any other religion, you can't see eye to eye with any other religion, okay, cool. Let me put it to you like this. Do you think God would rather that woman or those women that you're trying to say no to because you can only have one wife? Do you think God would rather her be in the hands of a Muslim guy that can marry 4 wives or you? The God you serve, the God you believe. Do you think he would rather let her be in the hands of someone else that isn't in the kingdom of God that you believe in? Or do you think he would be like, no, just marry all these women so at least they can be under the umbrella of the church? How do you think God operates? And you don't have to answer the question. I'm just asking it. I'm just asking it. You answer the question on your own, though. You know, because I know how God operates. You feel me? I know what I believe. So, you know, do with that information what you must. Our sparring is gonna split the earth in half. Type shit, Fish Army. It is. Fuck yeah, it is. I said it because in certain traditions, magic is more associated with women. It's wrong. It's the wrong way to view it. In my school, I took a weightlifting class so I could just work out at school, and there's only 4 or so girls in our class. Time to help them with their squats. I'm being creepy, little mind me. Like the Norse tradition, but then Odin is the preeminent magic user, so I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's just understand like how we've all been tricked into believing things wrongly. It's not a wrong or right thing. Relax. I'm not attacking you. It's okay. We all have these weird gynocentric based beliefs that aren't real. There's a lot of things we associate with the feminine and women that we shouldn't, and we've been indoctrinated into thinking like that to our own detriment. You know, that's all I'm saying. You just point it out, understand it, and begin to correct your thinking around it. Okay. One of them is kind of pretty, and this 6'4" skinny dreadhead was talking to her and her group. I thought those social dynamics were cool and thinking good for him, but low-key I might challenge myself to take her for myself just to see if I can do it and put pressure on his game too. That's the inner white boy thing, talking, Billy. That's the inner white boy in you. Let me explain what I mean by that. This is not me trying to disparage white dudes. Relax. But I do notice in America, a lot of white dudes have this inherent fear, low key, of the 6'4" redheaded black dude. And it's okay. Listen, this is a safe space, right? We can all admit it here that there is something there, right? I was saying it the other day. Like, there's this challenge that was going around. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was like this challenge where white dudes would be like, when the 6'4" dreadhead steps up to me, my girlfriend, and tells me he wants to take her off my hands, and the background song would be like that song that goes, "Well, I won't back down. Well, I won't back down." You've heard the song, right? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I had to explain this to a white friend of mine and be like, you do realize that trend is just like an unconscious way for that fear of black men to come out in white dudes, right? And he was like trying to argue with it, and I asked him this question. I said, okay, check it out. Do you think that me as a black man, I'm a 6'2" black, I'm a jacked 6'2" black guy, right? So in my rights, I guess I'm that guy that you want to not back down against. Do you think that if I had to do that challenge, my caption would look like that? Do you think I would go, oh, the 6'4" black guy, dreadhead, skin? No, because that's me. That's not a threat to me. That's not who I would not have to back down for. If it was me, I would say 6'5" Samoan. That's scary. You see the point? You see the point? Okay. So we can, and you know, when I said that, it clicked in his head, and he was like, okay, I see what you're saying. So I'm not trying to make y'all feel bad. I'm just saying, understand where that comes from. It's not an achievement if you can take that girl off of his hands. He bleeds red just like you. I promise you, he ain't special. You have better game than him as well. I know you do. So this challenge you're creating in your mind right now, this, oh, I want to test his game out. I want to see. There's nothing there. Trust me. Be careful not to pedestalize other men in your head. Don't do that to yourself. Right? Even now, when I said it would be a 6'5" Samoan guy, I had to say that I like, you know, just to make the joke and really make the point. I don't feel that way about nobody. I don't feel like, bro, I'm Jace, bitch. I don't feel that way about nobody. Right? Maybe if an angel of God came down, then I won't back down. But it's human beings. It's other human beings. It don't fucking matter. Don't. Again, this is what we're talking about, red pill guys, right? This is the subtle ways we've tricked ourselves into pedestalizing certain people and certain groups. Trust me, you can take that motherfucker's girl easy. I don't care how much taller he is than you. I don't give a fuck. You have better game. You can make her feel things that he can't. Simple as that. Move forward, go take his bitch. Simple as that. Okay? My eyesight is short-sighted. Are you talking physically or psychologically? No, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, if it's short-sighted, Don't they have corrective glasses for that shit? Corrective glasses that you can wear that'll force your cornea to like adjust or like I forget how they do it. I forget um what's going on there. Let's see. I was asking how to push your mind specifically. Any suggestions? Uh, stress, anxiety. Stress and anxiety are the best ways to push yourself. You know. Oh, I forgot YouTube. My bad. What are some behaviors that exude sex appeal? High levels of confidence. High levels of confidence. Well, specifically, the ability to say things without remorse, without care for, what might come back, the backlash, blah blah. You have to be able to be willing to offend people. That's a big one. You want to be a sexy motherfucker, you got to become unapologetic in your actions. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. We just here to watch. Nah, just y'all ain't really talking to me like that. Like I got hella messages to get to on TikTok, and y'all are just like one message at a time. But it's fine, y'all can watch. Let's see. Doing day game in a small town and ended up burning the streets. I'm embarrassed to continue approaching. Damn, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Best way to handle stupidity when you're trying your best to be logical with them. With who? Women specifically? They're not stupid because they don't have an ability to think. They're stupid or displaying stupidity because they're not engaging their logic. They're allowing their emotion to take control. So don't confuse what they're doing for like they're stupid. It's more like they're just being emotional right now. So calm them down, allow them to put the emotion to the side, and then begin to allow them to engage their logical mind. Right? Does Jonathan Majors have game? No. Absolutely not. Maybe when it comes to acting, we're talking about a guy that ran away from a white bitch. No. It's not. That's not even like how you deal with that situation. Oh my gosh, he hit me. You ever notice how people end up in the exact same crock of shit they tried their best to run away from? Do you understand? Like that's how it works. Like when you try to run away from your fears, they catch up to you faster. Right? We're talking about the red pill guys, right? Oh, women can't fool me. I understand female nature. Easiest men to fool. Easiest men to manipulate. I have a standing thesis, and I'm only using my own personal experience and word of mouth here, say anecdotal evidence that I've been able to gather from girls that work in the industry. But I highly suspect the majority of the men that have OnlyFans accounts are these so-called red pill motherfuckers. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Just like the passport bros who run away from America, right? To go date women because they're more feminine and they're not going to manipulate them, not going to take half their shit. They end up going to the DR, bringing some girl from the DR, bringing her here, and guess what she does? In trying your hardest to run away from something, you run into it faster. So yes, Jonathan Majors is like a perfect poster child of that. He ran away from white bitch problems. He ended up in white bitch problems. Because it turns out when you have white bitch problems, you're not supposed to run away from them. You're supposed to handle them shits like a man. Which she thought he was, and which is why she was disappointed when he didn't handle it accordingly. I think he's asking because Megan Good pays for everything for him, allegedly. Y'all believe that dumb shit? Listen, first of all, Megan Good is my bitch. Okay, hold on. Maybe that's why I have so much bias against him. Because he's with my bitch right now. I hate the guy, to be honest. Like, how dare you don't deserve Megan Good, motherfucker. But also, if you look at Megan Good's like track record, it's very clear she's not attracted to a guy like Jonathan Majors. Megan Good is just the off-brand Sierra. That's my bitch. I love her, but I gotta be honest with it. She's playing the Sierra playbook, but not as well. Sierra actually got a ring out of it, right? And a nice little sucker in the person of Russell Wilson to like fund her life all the way through. Megan Good, on the other hand, she's not quite at that level, but yeah, don't get it twisted. She's not attracted to Jonathan Majors like that. You feel me? So, yeah, I'm not buying that shit. She doesn't look like she's. Okay, I'll put it like this: it is pretty cool that she stood by his side throughout all his legal issues. Understandable. I think that's fucking dope. But do I think that there's an ulterior motive there? Yes. Yes, I do. You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do it yourself. Unfortunately. you gotta learn to delegate. You gotta learn to let go of control here and there. But ultimately, especially if you're a rock star yourself, the quality is gonna come from you. It is what it is. You feel me? How do men, me included, allow herself to be under such an insidious genjutsu? Allow ourselves? Is that what you mean? And what genjutsu are we talking about? What brand of genjutsu are we talking about today? Wouldn't you agree most movies like rom-coms are gynocentric to the extreme? I feel like they have to be towards the end because that has to be the underlying lesson behind all these movies. The example I'll always give is my favorite rom-com of all time. The Genjutsu of Monogamy, yes, that's a very powerful one for sure. We could talk about that for days, but back to this before we get into Monogamy. My favorite rom-com of all time is Ghost of Girlfriend's Past with Jennifer Garner and Matthew McConaughey. And my advice is always watch that movie up until the half point. Once the second ghost shows up, stop watching the movie. Everything from that point is bullshit Hollywood dribble. And the reason it's designed that way is because they can't be honest about the truth. Monogamy is sold, and this is the way I'll talk about monogamy as a result. Monogamy is heavily marketed through rom-coms. What makes the rom-com movie good and give it a happy ending in the end is what? The man and the woman ending up together exclusively. It's showing, and this is what every rom-com is designed to do, right? And as a result, your elders in church, your elders in your society, this is why they all preach the same message. The point is to make anything outside of monogamy look like fucking hell. So every rom-com movie is written the same way. It's written to show the quote-unquote futility of having options. Right? Here goes the girl out there doing her thing. It's useless. Here goes the guy out here doing his thing. It's all useless until they come together and they're with each other forever and ever and ever. They never show you what happens past that point, past the happily ever after point. Right? Because marriage is hard. This will be. Every fucking rom-com ends with that song, right? This will be an everlasting love. It only was going to be everlasting if you work at it. And the work you got to put in to make sure that happens is way harder than any plot point they can create, any storyline they can write up during the events of the movie. You see what I'm saying? So it's designed that way on purpose. But if you look at it from a real life perspective, from a real point of view objectively, you very quickly realize, oh yeah, it doesn't actually work that way. In the movie Ghost of Girlfriend Past, he learned amazing, very vital lessons to learn. Every man should learn growing up. One, how much you like the girl doesn't matter. You saw it in the movie. He liked this girl since he was a kid. He had a crush on her. He had all these big plans to marry her when they grow up. And then come prom night, or was it homecoming, whatever the fuck it was, she's kissing another guy. And he goes into his uncle's car and he's complaining, we'll never be married again. And that was the night his uncle taught him how to run game for the first time. Right? Because his uncle taught him a very valuable lesson. Listen, Dutch, it's your feelings for her that are killing the game. Is that not the point? Is it bad to have feelings? No. Is it wrong to feel something for girls? No. But if you allow the emotions to take over, they will kill your technique. And your technique is what gets you the results. Same thing with money. If you go off of your sensitivity and you're reactive, you can't make the right moves for the money to come. You'll be broke forever. You'll keep making today type of decisions. You won't make a year from now type of decisions, which is when the money fucking shows up. You see what I'm saying? That's the right advice. What else did he learn? Well, having options with women is a good idea. Pre-selection. When did the girl that he had a crush on start liking him back? When he went off to France, studied game with his uncle, came back a brand new fucking young boy, started fucking all these other girls, became the talk of the town. Holy shit, he came back from France. He's cool, he's looking good, he has all this fashion sense. He's fucking all these girls. Now she wants him too. Pre-selection is real. It works. Girls like you when they know other girls like you. Every single boy band that has ever risen to prominence rose to prominence off of that one effect. I'll always say this, the very first music video of the Backstreet Boys was I Want It That Way, right? Tell me why ain't nothing but a heart. Y'all know the song, right? Cool. In the music video, what do you see? You see them running around town being chased by girls. Motherfucker, how is that possible? It's their first song. What girls would have known them by then? None. But they made you believe bitches were all over him, which is why bitches actually became all over him. That's how they became the biggest boy band in the fucking 90s. That's how they did it. You're seeing it right there. Pre-selection at its finest. The more girls like you or appear to like you, the more girls actually will. What do you think NBA YoungBoy is doing right now? Have you seen those concert videos of NBA YoungBoy? Bitches. Bitches everywhere. Banging on his door. I'm in Cincinnati. Speed is in Cincinnati right now. He's running around. I'm hearing different people telling me, "Oh, Speed is here. Speed is there. Speed is here." Like, you got people like making group fucking chats and shit. They want to go bomb Speed or whatever. I show Speed, the streamer. He's back at home. This is where he's from. Right. Bitches flocking towards this. This kid is what, like 20 years old? Like, running around town. Have you seen Speed? Have you? But why are they doing that? Because his streams are so amazing and life-changing? Not necessarily. I'm not saying they're not good. They're great, actually. But he's very entertaining. But those aren't enough to make these women act like fucking fools. Grown-ass women. Some of them twice his age. But why are they doing that? Because they see other women doing that. So that second lesson in the movie, very important. What's the next lesson you learn? Once you become the guy that is attractive to a lot of women, each woman wants you to do the most amount of work to get her. And that's what you see in the movie, in Ghost of Girlfriend Past. Years later, he becomes a successful photographer. He's taking all these models' pictures. He's fucking a lot of these models. He runs into his old crush again, his old love. She goes, actually, I know you get all these girls. I'm going to make you go through a whole 3-month process, 90-day process to try to bag me before we even think of sleeping with each other. We have to go on all these fun dates and do all these crazy things and blah, blah, so I can feel special enough so I know you put in more work to get me than any other girl. Because in my mind, that's what's going to keep you around. I'm not just like any other girl you can just fucking leave. Is that not real life? This is advice that's only going to apply to very few men right now. But for those of us that get pussy, is that not how it works? Once they know you get pussy, they want you to put in the most work to get them. Is that not real life? Here's the next lesson. Just because you put in the most work to get her doesn't mean she's more valuable. The moment Matthew McConaughey's character smashed, he left. Didn't look back. Left her heartbroken, but he fucking left. That's real life. That's also real life. I put in a lot of work to get some girls. Never want to speak to those girls again. The girls you want to stay with long term are the ones that give you the least amount of work with the right amount of barrier to entry. I can talk about the formula of that another time, but it's not that you want a girl that's completely easy, necessarily, even though that's a good thing. I don't know why people demonize it like, oh no, a girl finds me attractive, something must be wrong. That's because you have low self-esteem. If you can't accept that a girl finds you attractive and treats you accordingly, that's because you know you ain't shit. Hold on, I'm saying to YouTube as well. That's because you know you ain't shit. That's not her fault. That's your fault for thinking so lowly of yourself. I'm fucking Jace. If a bitch gives me the world, that's what's supposed to happen. I deserve it. That's supposed to happen. Now, obviously, that's within context. There has to be a barrier to entry. There has to be a certain quality of woman I'm talking about here. And it's not just any girl, right? But with that said, once the quality is met, once the barrier to entry is met, I deserve the best. That's the point. So yeah, all these amazing lessons you learn in that movie. And then by the half of it, they're like, okay, this is getting too real. Everything about this movie is getting too real. We have to find a way to punish this main character, this playboy, for being a playboy and make it look like his life. I mean, go back and watch that entire movie. In fact, watch the whole thing through. And don't take my advice that I say just watch it to the half point. Watch the whole thing through. What do you notice is the big consequence they try to make the main character avoid? Dying alone. The ghost of girlfriend's future comes and shows him his future. What's his future? He's dead. He's in the coffin. Only his brother shows up, his little brother. Nobody else, because no one loved him. He met all these people in his life. He made all these friends. He fucked all these girls. No one showed up to his funeral. You really think that's real life? When my uncle died, rest in peace, Uncle Emeka, he had so many girlfriends show up, they started to fight at the fucking wedding, at the fucking funeral. That's what happens in real life when you live the player life. I'm not saying you should. I'm not even trying to glorify it. I'm just saying that Hollywood spin on it, where it's like, oh, you just have all these meaningless relationships. That's not even real. That's not even possible. You fuck 20 bitches a year. At least 3 of those girls are gonna be so consequential to you, and vice versa, that even if they're not with you for the rest of your life, they will break down and cry when the day they hear that you died. They will break down and cry if they find out that you're getting married to another girl, even though they might be married themselves. That's how it works in real life. Attachments are made. Impact is made as you go. That's how it actually works in real life. Cinema has to lie to not mass produce too many villains. Exactly. They have to lie to you and tell you, oh, after going through an amazing life of traveling everywhere, making all this money, fucking all these girls, and having all these amazing dates with beautiful women, you're gonna die alone. How is that fucking... What? Really? First of all, we all die alone anyway. I don't know why people are scared of that. Second of all, you think no one will show... My only regret is that I have no video evidence of this. Because when that happened, you know, the family was like, oh, no, you don't have to videotape. This is embarrassing. Bitches were fighting at my uncle's fucking funeral. Fighting. He was 6'5" and handsome and had a mouthpiece like no other. Rest in fucking peace, Uncle Emeka. Bitches were mink, 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 mink. But they were all... And what were they arguing over? Who was whose girlfriend at what point? Like, bro... You know what I'm saying? That's how it actually works in real life. In real life, when you live a robust, fulfilling, multidimensional life, people remember you. That's actually what happens. That's what happens. I'm sorry. Hollywood can't taint that. Hollywood can't take that away. But see how they have to lie so far. So they have to go to that major extreme. That, by the way, is like fiction within fiction. It's already a movie, so it's not real. Or it's not meant to be. But then... They can't even borrow elements of real life to scare you into not being a playboy. They have to make this fabricated, here's a ghost that'll show you your future nonsense. To scare him into like, oh, no. He sees her and him and the guy she was going to get married to kissing. He's like trying to stop it, and he goes through them because apparently he's a ghost here. Right? So he can't make tangible contact with anybody. No, he falls into a grave. No, my brother showed up. No one else showed up. No. It's not real life. Stop it. It's not fucking real. In real life, if you're a player in real life, everyone will show up to your wedding. And your funeral. I keep saying wedding. I don't know why. I'm not even saying you should be. I'm just saying, like, know when you're being lied to. Understand when you're being manipulated. Please catch it. Alright? Yo, Jace, Charlie Kirk was in my city and got popped. Charlie Kirk? Damn. What city is that? Where are you, Philip? Texas? You still in Texas, my guy? Damn. You got popped? That's so unfortunate. What happened? You know, UT, University of Texas? Is that what happened? Damn. That's unfortunate. Oh, dude. There's people out there that are just hateful in their hearts, man. Orem, Utah. Oh, you're still in Utah. Okay. Orem, Utah. Type shit. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Fuck. That's the last place I would expect him to get popped, though. That's crazy. I thought Utah was more of a conservative state, if anything. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm, I don't have my politics up to date. But that's unfortunate. Not that I like the guy, to be honest. I'm not a big Charlie Kirk fan. But that's unnecessary. He was at the college I go to. Oof, that's unfortunate, man. Just because we don't agree with people doesn't mean they deserve violence. And the only people that think that that's a logical way to think are people that don't themselves have any experience with violence. Anyone that understands how violence works knows that is not the answer to anything. That is not ideal. That's not good. How do men be included? I read that one. Would you agree most movies? I read that one too. Jace, I recommended you to one of my best mates. He said finally someone to help me with women, as he should. He's a smart man. Hey Billy, just say that you want the girl nonsense about testing his game. Billy, they're calling you out. They say you're out here being a bullshit artist. Just go get the bitch, which I agree with, by the way. I agree with that part. You just go get the bitch. What are you trying to... You know, he wasn't actually dreaded. I was just joking. He's just a tall black guy, but I completely get what you mean. Maybe that's also a reason why I've never been attracted to black girls. Yes, listen, man. See, this is why I love you, Billy. You're an honest man, and I say that a lot to my white boys. I tease my white boyfriends a lot. I keep saying white boy. I don't. When I say white boy, I don't mean that derogatorily. But I tease my white friends about this. Like, let's be honest. It's not that you don't like black girls. You're scared of them. Let's be honest. Black girls are hot. Like, not all of them, obviously. I mean, most girls in general are not hot. I don't care what race they are. Majority of women are not attractive. But there's hot black girls. Very attractive black girls. I was just talking about Megan Good. You ever heard Megan Good? She bad as shit. Remember Kelly Rowland? That's my other bae right there. I love me some Kelly Rowland. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kay have that in common. Great, where you at? Okay, tell him. Me and him, we've already decided one day we will fight to the death over her. It is what it is. But yeah, that's bae. That's wifey. That's stinkaboo. I concur. Black girls are lame. Tight shit. Like that's what's up. Like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? So when people go, I don't like black girls. Like, you don't. It's not that you don't like black girls. You just don't fucking. You're scared of them. And those same dudes say Kelly Rowland 3 times and I'll appear. Man, you see what I'm saying? Like, one of us is gonna get her one day, and the other person is gonna be sad as shit. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's not that you're not attracted to black girls. You just might be scared of them, and you have to address that fear and go date black girls. If you have that fear, you gotta be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, right? People ask me all the time, do you date black girls? Dude, I grew up in Nigeria. Please, I don't get where these allegations come from that I don't date black women. Stop it. All right, I got 2 light-skinned bitches right now. Okay, I guess light-skinned that somehow disqualifies them. Oh no, I might be colorist, but I did grow up in Nigeria, right? I didn't even start dating light-skinned chicks till I got to America. So whatever. Anyway, the point is, if you notice you have a fear, please address it. Even if that fear is a race of other people, please fucking address it, please. And you have to catch it within yourself, like. I remember for the longest time, I was genuinely scared. This is me admitting a fear, by the way. Genuinely scared to spar or roll with anyone that was Russian or Middle Eastern in my gym, because I thought these guys are just probably like gonna maul me. I was taking it personal. Granted, when I eventually decided, okay, I'm gonna get over this thing and stop being a little bitch, they did maul me. Right? It's not like I became better all of a sudden. They fucking fucked my shit up. Those Russian dudes, they wrestle for real. Okay, Yuri and them, they wrestle for real. Right? They're not joking around. They take that shit seriously. They really do be fucking grappling with bears over there. They really do be doing that shit. But you gotta catch your biases and start acting in accordance to the light, the faith-based part of yourself. You can't be scared of everything every time. That's stupid. All right? So yeah, do that. Catch yourself, do that. Jacob sat in the squabble with an angel till the sun came up is one of my favorite Bible passages. Tight shit. It's a bit misunderstood, though, what that actually means, what actually happened that night, but I like the idea of it, so I wrote with it. You know what I'm saying? There's some beautiful black girls, but the barrier to entry is a lot higher. Everyone with wigs and super long nails in ghetto fashion, it all puts me off. I disagree. You're meeting the ratchet buddies. That's a type of black girls. I don't date those either. But there's definitely sophisticated black women. Absolutely. Let's not even act like. We were talking about Texas recently, right? A lot of them over there. Please go to Texas, not Atlanta. Go to Texas. Okay, you don't have to go anywhere. But the point is, yes, there's very sophisticated black girls out there. When I say sophisticated, I'm not necessarily saying suburban. Please don't mistake suburban for sophisticated either. That's a different kind of problem. You end up dating a white girl on a black girl's body. You don't want that experience either. But yeah, you do want a black woman. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, shit, get all of them. That's the beautiful is that there's bad bitches in every race. Did you know that? There's bad bitches in every race. There's bad Indian bitches. I know. I know. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, some of the baddest bitches on this planet are Indian. There's bad Korean bitches. There's bad Puerto Rican bitches. There's bad French bitches. There's bad Spaniards, right? Latinas with the fat booties, right? There's bad bitches everywhere. So if you limit yourself to just 1 or 2 or 3 races, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right? I gotta whisper so they don't hear us. Shh. This is our secret now. All right? We can't be out here letting other people know what the fucking game is. There's bitches everywhere, and they're bad as shit, and they got fat asses and pretty faces and giant titties. Get as many as you can. In fact, if you want to save yourself time, get the ones that are like mixed. Like get you a bitch like the one she's Cambodian and Italian. That's a beautiful combination, and she looks like it. Delicious. I'm just saying. You ever seen a tall Asian bitch with a nice tan? Exactly. Exactly. Right? So the more mixtures you get, the more time you save. I'm just saying. Use that to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. I think he's asking because Kiki Palmer pays for everything for him. Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer. Is it Kiki Palmer or Megan Good that Jonathan Majors is? Did he switch bitches already? You telling me my bitch making this free? Is that what's happening? Is that what I'm hearing? Y'all just told me about a lunar eclipse that happens every once in 100 years. I'm about to take advantage. Jonathan Majors and Kiki Palmer. Where did that come from? That's interesting. I think he's or Megan Good. Okay, you wrote that incorrectly. That makes sense. Is it weird that I really don't care to talk to most people in my school? Like, I know I'm doing things that could be seen as unsocially calibrated or socially uncalibrated, but I do it anyways because it's just convenient for me. That is exactly how you should be living your life. Congratulations. You're the furthest thing from a people pleaser, and that's exactly how it should be. Well done. In the beginning of the interaction with a woman, it's imperative to care less. Very imperative. Extremely imperative. Thanks for all the gifts, King Henry. How you doing, man? You saying it back to YouTube is so hilarious. I gotta hit up YouTube from time to time. Oh shit, there's new messages on YouTube. Don't forget the Egyptian women. Egyptian women are overhyped. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're kind of overhyped. Let's be honest. If we're talking about women from the Arab world, like in general, you gotta go Lebanese. Egyptian women are like Lebanese women, but the second brand, the half off. Yeah. If I'm gonna go for an Arabic chick, I go for a chick from Lebanon. I go for a chick from Jordan. Right? Those are the ones. Right? Those are the ones. Egyptians, okay. Let's see. That's why you know you ain't shit. It's ain't shit. Quote me on that. I don't know who started the negative PR for Indian women, but they are so flames, dude. I'll put it like this. It doesn't help that they do have interesting stereotypes that follow them that have been proven. Everyone has stereotypes that follow us, but the fact that there's a lot of evidence for theirs is not good. With that said, though, you got to think about India as a caste system. There's a group of them that do that dumb shit, and there's a group of them that don't. I'm talking about the group of them that don't. Right? Those bitches are so fine, bro. Are so fucking sexy. Like, one of the most beautiful women I've ever met in my life. She was half Indian and half, like, Portuguese or some shit. And my goodness, it was like the best of both worlds. I couldn't keep my jaw from dropping. Right? Delicious. So yeah, Indian women, I don't know why I brought up the whole mixed girl one. Pure Indian women, gorgeous. When they keep themselves right, when they work on themselves, when they keep their diet correct, when they hit the gym, they look so fucking good, dude. They look amazing, but they're a little hard to find, unfortunately. Just like with any other bad bitch, to be honest. Let's see. You just came from my FYP. Would you go back to a previous video outro? Do what you must was tough. I want to make sure that it's clear what I'm talking about when I say do what you must. So do what must be done. You feel me? Do what must be done. I want there to be the sense of urgency behind it. I wish we recorded these lives. It's 5 a.m. in Australia and I'd be sleeping, but this live is the best one yet. It is on YouTube. I'll be leaving it on YouTube. It's literally right here, so go crazy on that one, okay? So when you have the time, come watch it on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, like and subscribe. I gotta do the YouTube thing. Give me a second. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Get me to, I don't remember how many subscribers I have here. Whatever number of subscribers I have, get me to the nearest 1,000th. Thanks. All right, we did that YouTube shit. Back to TikTok live nonsense. Let's see. They said they should have shown the consequence of being his brother in the Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. You see, now that would be a more realistic movie, because in the movie, his brother, his shorter, uglier brother, which they did that on purpose, by the way, fucked up Hollywood producers. His shorter, uglier brother was getting married. Like the entire movie, in fact, the entire half of the movie is centered around him traveling up to a mansion cabin to go like prepare for his brother's wedding with him. Blah blah. Guess what? His brother was in a fucked up relationship. Even Hollywood, in all their glory, trying their best to, pedestalize monogamy, they couldn't help but show you that part. His brother was getting married to a crazy bitch who didn't have the ability to keep her own emotions under control. Bitch was spiraling over a fucking wedding cake. And he had to calm her down like she was a fucking sea lion. Remember that part of the movie. I do. Remember that part. They should have shown the consequence. Oh, yeah, no. Because his brother was a provider man. He was. Damn. Charlie Clerk really got hurt. That's unfortunate. True shit. There was a guy in my city who was killed, and the girls he dealt with all mourned. Exactly. Yeah, in fact, some of them probably became best friends over it. No one ever talks about that part, too. Some of the girls fight. Sure, it is what it is. And their beef will last forever. But some of the girls end up becoming closer because of it. Like, oh, shit, we have a shared dead man in our past. Right? Oh, we're friends. We fucked the same guy. It happens. It's not as often as you might think it is, but it does happen. Say Kelly Rowland 3 times on all appearance, actually. I like sophisticated black women. I love them. Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. I like sophisticated women in general, not just the black ones. Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa, which has the baddest? That's not a very valid question to ask. I'm gonna tell you why. They all have their own strengths, man. They all have their own strengths. They all have their own. Like if you're a titty man, if that's what you like, you gotta stick with the Igbos. Gotta stick with the Igbo girls. You're not gonna really find anything like a proper double D or higher. And I'm talking African double Ds, not like American standard double Ds. I've seen girls that are like, I'm a double D. Like, really? That's barely the size of my hands. I mean, sure, I got big hands, but still. The size differences in bra sizes I've noticed in this country, in the West in general, is a lot smaller. It's a lot, yeah. Same thing with condoms, by the way, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, a proper African, West African double D, you're not really finding out in any other tribe except for the Igbo girls. I'm sorry. Now you want ass, like proper shaped ass. Yorubas and Hausas, specifically the Yorubas. Igbos kind of have ass too, but the problem with the Igbo ass is that it's not as well put together. They're more a titty tribe than anything. They're not. Now you want the face card. Hausas. Consensus. Prettiest girls. The body doesn't always match, but you want the face card. Hausa girls. So it depends. It depends, man. It depends. Fucking depends. Okay? Gotta keep a lot of things into consideration. That's why me personally, when I date Nigerian girls, I date the girls with like intertribal parents. I don't date just pure Yoruba girls with pearls. Like, no. I get that weird mixture shit. Like me, I'm a mixture. I'm half Edo, half Delta, right? By my tribal lineage. I get the girls like me. Those are the most beautiful people in Nigeria. That's the truth. I'm proof of that. But seriously, that is the truth. The baddest Nigerian girls are like half Igbo, half Yoruba. Or half Hausa, half Igbo. Shit like that. And the more unlikely the combination, the more beautiful. It's very rare to find a girl that's half like Fulani or half Efik or half Hausa and half something from the south, like Bendel or Edo or Ishan or Cross River. You're not gonna find Calabar and Hausas mixing a lot. But when they do, motherfucker, they make 6'3" giant titties, pretty fucking symmetrical faces, long legs, shapely asses, broad hip bitches. With the most shiniest dark skin you've ever seen. Right? So the more unlikely the combination, the better. The better. Like Yoruba and Igbo is like, they're kind of common. Right? Igbo and Edo, now we're cooking. Now we're fucking cooking. Dated quite a few of those. So you could say that was my addiction at one point. But yeah, that's the point. Like you gotta, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater and shit. One time when I was very small, I was playing soccer with this black kid. Uh, bro, I don't play about Middle Easterns. What are we talking about? We just kind of skipped topics there. But yeah, the Middle Eastern thing is a real fear, man. For real, it was a real fear for a long time. For real. Not that's so funny. Shout out my Igbos. Igbo credit. I found out. I tried the No Diddy opener and it was decently successful. I got a reaction because no chick wants to be associated with the man Diddy. Fair enough. I don't know who started the negative PR. I read that one. Let's see. Curly hair is my kryptonite. It's a good kryptonite to have. A lot of beautiful women with curly hair. Does uncertainty cause a woman to fall in love harder? Uncertainty about where she stands with you, yes. Absolutely. That's why you have that thing that she loves me not. Or he loves me not. Why? Should I say pause after that? I'm going to say pause after that just in case. Pause. Why do you think that is a thing? That cliche of plucking the flower petals and he loves me not. Because they're showing you, they're giving you the visual representation of how a woman actually falls in love and becomes emotionally invested. Is by wondering how she actually, where she stands with you. That's what creates the love. Wondering where she stands with you. Okay? Took me a little bit to get out there, but I got it out. Can you drop a video for new beginner on the first steps in a relationship, but with thorough examples? No. Because you got to know how to get into one first. So a black man and Italian woman. I got an Italian bitch. Perfect. They got giant titties. They're great. Yes. They're awesome. Get you a Italian chick with dark hair, dark curly hair. You're straight. Hell yeah. Do you think a certain frequency you will see people be obsessed with you even without talking? Hey! No fighting in there. I'll come in there and fuck everybody up. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Do you think a certain frequency and you will see people be obsessed with you even without talking? Yeah, but I wouldn't get too focused on that. The people that try to focus on getting into that frequency end up never finding it. That frequency happens when you truly don't care about the outcome. That's the frequency you're looking for. So you can't care about it. That's the irony to it. Could you talk about the correlation of being mixed and being a trailblazer? It's overcompensation, if I'm being completely honest. Because I know exactly what you mean, but let me talk about it. A lot of people who are mixed end up becoming very important people. And you can talk about like the lesser important things around it, like because they're mixed, they can tap into more than one culture at the same time. They have different features of different cultures, so on a subconscious level, that registers to people as something that's more appealing to them. Think of like Bob Marley, Andrew Tate. There's a bunch of different Colin Kaepernick, a bunch of different mixed people that are able to tap into different demographics because of the fact that they're mixed. That's cool, but that's not the real reason. That's like less than 10% of the reason. The major reason is that in their trying hard to be accepted by both groups, usually the two major factions that they've always represented their entire life, they end up understanding both groups very deeply, understanding how they both operate, how to communicate with each group very effectively, and as a result, try their best to overcompensate to be like each group. Does that make sense? So, a lot of mixed people, let's say people that are half black, half white, for instance, they end up being able to understand both cultures so well that they're able to communicate with both cultures so well, and they end up being able to essentially put themselves in the stead of each culture to the max, right? So they're going to be received better by both if they play the cards right, because there's also the ones that are not going to be received by either, unfortunately. So it's either they are out of this world through the stratosphere, everyone like fucks with them, or they get a massive following, or they make some massive changes and are able to leave a massive impact, or they're forgotten and no one remembers them. It's always one or the other. It's overcompensation. You feel me? Can you explain more about the children experiments? Nah, not really. He was sweating and smelled like buns, and once I realized, I thought I was bad for thinking he smells. TikTok deleted. Oh, I see. He was sweating and smelled like buns, and once I realized, I thought I was bad for thinking he smells. Don't allow your guilt get in the way of logic. If he did smell, he smelled. That's not you being racist. That's real life. Tell that boy to wash the fuck up. Nigerian tribes should stop beefing and produce fine kids. Thank you. That's how they talk. Thank you. You know, I just wish we stop beefing with each other. It's not necessary. We already got enough enemies outside of Nigeria to deal with. Um, no, I was saying Middle Easterns are my queens. I love them. Oh yeah, your first girl was Middle Eastern, wasn't she? Yeah, yeah, tight shit. This man over here, he's Romanian. Doesn't even want to touch a white girl. Or said Middle Eastern, okay, Chinese girl. He don't even want to smell. He don't even want to smell a white bitch. Type shit. That's how it should be done for real. That's how it should be done. You feel me? Let's see. Jason, it's hard to find those Italian women in Maryland. Maryland. Okay, you know what? I am blessed. I'm in Cincinnati. There's entire mafia families that founded this city. So an Italian bitch is like right there for me. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find the baddest ones, which is again easy because I'm in a city where that's very possible. Very like, bruh, my Italian bitch works at the biggest Italian restaurant in the fucking city. So I'm always around fucking Italians. I'm surprised I can't speak it right now. Right? I'm surprised I can't speak it fucking fluently right now. But, you know, I get that, man. I understand. It's okay, though. You know, they're not the only ones. There's many different kinds of women out there. You feel me? You're the man, bro. I try to be. I try to be for you guys, at least for you guys. I was little, like 5 years old. I know now, but I think it's a funny memory. Yeah, you carried a lot of guilt when you were that age. That's fine. How do you get past last minute resistance before sex? I have an entire video where I talk about it on YouTube. Go and watch that. It's so much to go into, different, you know, things to worry about, different things to look out for. I talk about that in extensive detail on the video. How to deal with last minute resistance is on YouTube. Click on the link in my bio, go to my YouTube, check it out. All right, I'm gonna wrap this one up after I'm done with the YouTube ones. Treating us here like we don't mean nothing. Yeah, y'all the side bitches. I'm sorry. For real. Spiraling over a salad because it had figs. That's fucking hilarious. That's the movie, right? Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, right? She was spiraling over a cake and she spiraled over a salad because it had figs. Like, just a crazy bitch. But he has to deal with that because he's a provider type male. That's what comes with it. You feel me? How do you get past? I already read that one. All right, guys. I gotta bounce. I gotta go. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This was a wonderful, wonderful live on both YouTube and TikTok. Again, if you haven't yet, subscribe, like the channel, follow, all that good stuff. And if you want to join the private community, now's the best time to, because I'm taking it off the free trial model very soon. Actually, like, might as well do that now, honestly, because y'all have taken my kindness for granted for too long. You know, the school account. Yeah, so good time to join the private community before I fucking change my mind. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And please be well. Please do write by yourself and actually use all the information that I've given you in this live and every other piece of information I give you out there. Go practice your game. Go and practice your fucking game. Okay? I'll be releasing part 2 of the Open very soon. Forgive me, it's taken me a while. But I decided last minute to do some restructuring just to make sure things look right. I'm being very intentional about what I post on YouTube. It might be taking a lot more time between each video, but that is the price you pay for quality. Okay? This was just for scientists. Do with all this information what must be done.